What's going on, everybody? David here, back with another live stream. It is Sunday, so we're doing a live stream on Sunday. It's our bonus live stream. I apologize. Yesterday, I had some stuff I was doing later on, so I did a live stream a little bit earlier. So I missed some people because I was looking in the chat and I'm like, where's it? So and so, where's so and so? But anyway, we're on today and we're going to talk a little bit about travel credit cards, of course. So it's going to be a Q&A. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to put it in the chat. As we're here right now, please hit the like button so we can bring more and more people in. It looks like there's a few people in here right now. The more likes the video gets, the more YouTube will promote the video. So please do so. And I'll make sure everything is running properly. Everything looks pretty good. If there are any issues that you guys hear, like the audio sounds bad or something, just let me know. That way I can at least try to fix it while we're doing the live stream. One thing I can't stand is when there's something wrong and I just keep talking and talking and talking. I don't realize it. And then I watch it in replay and I'm like, what the heck is going on? So yeah, just let me know if there's something going on, any issues or anything like that that you see or hear. Just bring it to my attention in the chat, please. Now, if you guys are in here, please let me know that you're here just by saying hello. Give me a little emoticon or something, thumbs up, happy face, something like that, just so I can give you guys a shout out. And we'll be going down the list in a few minutes here, and we'll give shout outs to everyone who's here. And let's see. So Sunday, right now, tentatively, I'm going to start doing some more Sunday live streams. Okay, I'm not going to say I'm doing it every Sunday, but we'll keep Saturday, and then we'll do some Sundays, and then also we're going to do the Mondays. I really like doing live streams, as you guys can see. So I want to keep it up. I think it's a real good way for us to communicate. One of the great things is watching the chat, just watching you guys talking about, someone was asking how Flashpoint, shout out to Flashpoint Capital, how's this move going? So you guys we're becoming a community, and that's what I like. So since we talk pretty much every week, you guys know how each other's doing as far as in their life and things that are going on. So major events and things like that. So I really like that. That's what I want this whole live stream to be about, a community where we help each other out and we find affordable travel for people, give people good advice when it comes to getting travel credit cards, let people experience travel with us. So when we go someplace, we can share our experiences through video, through coming on the chat and talking about different things. Through coming on the show and being interviewed and talking about different things as well. So that's something that I really like. So and that's what I want for the channel. So all right, now one more thing I want to talk about is the 10,000 subscribers. So I am on a mission, and I'm hoping that you guys will come along with me and help our channel get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. My birthday is December 28th, my birthday is December 28th of this year. And I want to get that 10,000 subscribers by then. So we have about 4 months to work with, and we can do it. We can definitely do it. Right now, I'm on pace to get close, but I need that little extra push. So that's why I'm really putting it out there to you guys. So if you guys are here, you're new to the channel, we do plenty of live streams. I also put out videos pretty much every day. I'll put out a new video that's travel credit card related or travel related. So if you're one of these people who like to travel, or let's say you're interested in traveling, this is the perfect channel for you because that's all we talk about here is how to get out and travel. Like affordable travel though, not just getting out and spending a bunch of money to travel, but how to do it for pennies on the dollar. So that's our focus. So if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, please hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell notification as well. That way you'll get notified anytime that I go live or anytime that I put out a video. And like I said, I have my set schedule. So Saturday I go live, Monday I go live, but I also jump in live streams every once in a while, especially if there's something going on or if there's something I want to share with you guys when it comes to maybe a great travel deal that's out. I might come on live and just say, hey, just so you guys know, there's a really good travel deal that I found that you might want to check out. So I put it out to you guys now. If you have that bell notification, little bell clicked, then you'll be notified and you'll be able to jump in and get in on the deal. And this happened to me. It wasn't on a live stream. It was actually on the Points Guy's website on his Twitter, where I was able to get an amazing deal, like a once in a lifetime thing. It probably will never happen again, but I was able to get in on it. I'm going to share it with you right now, just so you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from when it comes to putting things out there. So they on Twitter they posted that there might be a mistake, but we're seeing that at the Hyatt Regency in Paris, or Hyatt Regency Etoile in Paris, they have when they were checking the website, it was a $29 a night room. I think it was 29 or 21. Maybe it was 21 dollar a night room, and that's unheard of. That's like ridiculous. It's a Hyatt Regency. Hyatt Regencies, they're I'd say when it comes to Hyatt properties, they're kind of mid-level, but you do have some really nice Hyatt Regency properties. And so they said, I think it might be a mistake, but this is what we're getting when we punch in all the numbers. So sure enough, this was like at 3 in the morning. I got up, got on the Hyatt Regency or Hyatt website, went to the Hyatt Regency, checked it out, and sure enough, it was like $21 a night. And I was thinking, this is crazy, $21 a night. This has to be a typo. It has to be a mistake. So what I did is I booked 5 nights, just saying, okay, well, if it's a mistake, I'm sure they'll correct it and they'll let us know, and then I'll just get refunded my money. So went ahead and booked it. It was 5 nights. It was $114 or something like that. So at that point, waited a little bit and went back to the blog and looked at the blog because once they put it out on Twitter, I think they did a blog on it as well. And so then I was looking at the comments in the blog, and people were saying, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got in. Yeah, I got in. And then it got down to a point where people were like, oh, I wasn't able to get it. And so at that point, I didn't do anything. Like I didn't contact Hyatt or anything. I just kind of, waited, played the waiting game, right? So about a week and a half later, I get an email from Hyatt, and actually, I got a tweet from the Points Guy website first, and they were basically saying, hey, looks like they're sending out emails, so you guys might want to check your email. And long story short, they honored it. So it was $114 that I paid for to stay at the Hyatt Regency in Etoile. And the only thing that I wish I would have done is I wish I would have booked more nights. I just booked 5 nights just to book 5 nights, not even thinking, didn't have any plans, didn't have airfare, none of that. I just booked the hotel. Now you couldn't make any changes at that point. So once you booked it, you're there. But they were honoring it. So I got 5 nights at the Hyatt Regency, and it was an amazing place. I mean, and this is a really nice hotel, high-end hotel. And what happened is their computer had a glitch, and it just totally gave the wrong information. And the rooms were going for that night. The room, because I checked after I looked at the blog, and people said that they weren't able to get it anymore. I went back to the Hyatt Regency website. I just wanted to see how much the rooms are. It's like $630 a night. And so a big mistake, right? Big mistake by them, but they honored it. So I'm saying all this to say, when it comes down to it, I'll put that information out. If I get stuff like that, I'll definitely put it out. And I might come on live and do it. So if you're subscribed to the channel and you hit the little bell notification, you're going to get notified that I'm doing a live stream. And if it's not on my regular Saturday or Monday, you might want to jump in real quick. Like you jump in anyway, but jump in real quick if it's not on one of those days, because I might have some information to share with you guys about some great deal that's out there. Okay, so we're going to give some shout outs now. So please just let me know you're here just by either saying hello, give me a thumbs up emoticon, or give me something just so I can see your name in the chat box. Okay, so we had some people on earlier, and I apologize because from time to time, I hit the record button on accident. I have this Stream Deck. I talked a little bit about this last week, but I have a little Stream Deck here. And this is like and I don't have, I'm still working on getting all the buttons to work, or not, they work, but just to fill in all the buttons. But this is kind of my board. So this is where I flipped all my different screens and all that stuff. So, so the funny thing is I hit the record button on accident. And this hasn't happened yet where I've hit the record button and completely forgot or didn't know that I hit the record button and it just starts recording. Usually I catch it, so I hit the record button and then I hit it off real quick. But once I hit the record button, it gives notifications that I'm on a live stream. So that was like an hour early. Yeah, I have to apologize for that. But then I just reset it and everything, so everything should be fine. Okay, so Altered Illusions was in the room earlier. Hopefully he's still here. What's going on, buddy? Nate and Jess, how you guys doing? And let's go ahead and move on down. David, what's going on? Flashpoint Capital, what's up, Jason? Okay, Brian, how you doing? Dolly, what's going on? Bruce, nice to see you. And who else is in our room here? Chris, what's going on? Reckless Rican, what's up? Dakhil, I think Dakhil. I think that's how you say your name. What's going on? Darren, what's going on? Julio, what's up? Jason, how you doing? And Eli, what's going on? Okay, so now if you guys have questions about travel credit cards or anything like that, if you want me to look at a card, we'll pull up a card. We can do a quick little review. Just let me know. But we're just going to kind of freestyle today. It's going to be just pretty much Q&A. So if you want to know any information as far as travel-related, travel credit card stuff, just put it out there in the chat, and we'll talk about it. And I talked a little bit about this yesterday, but the Citi Prestige, I'm putting out a video on that because I want to talk a little bit about, is it still one of the cards that you should consider getting, considering all the stuff that's been going on with the devaluing the travel insurance and all that stuff. So I want to do a video first, and then I'm going to have a full-on discussion about it. But in my mind, you know, they did make some changes, but I still think it's a good card. So we'll talk about it in the video. And one other thing, too, I'm loving the feedback that I'm getting on the videos that I'm doing. I'm doing a lot more, I don't want to say, I'm doing a lot more videos that's not just a review, but more of I'm putting my personal opinion, I guess you can say, on the videos a little bit more, and just talking about different things, like not just talking about the credit cards or the travel credit cards. So, and I'm getting a lot of good feedback. Good people are very responsive, so I'm going to keep that kind of dialogue going, where I raise certain issues, and some of them might be controversial in the travel credit card world or the travel world. I'm liking. I enjoy doing videos like that, just videos that make you think a little bit more, not just we're sitting down, we're looking at is this card better than this card, or we're just looking at a card and talking about the benefits and stuff of the card. More talk about how those benefits can impact you and stuff like that. That's more along the lines where I want to go. So, for example, like a priority pass, how can that change your travel experience and stuff like that, as opposed to just talking about this is priority pass, you can stay here, here, and here. If you're at this airline, you can go to this dining establishment and this dining establishment and get free credits. But how does that impact you in a positive way or in a negative way in certain situations? So I'll be doing more videos like that in the future, and just let me know, and you guys can also always let me know in the chat. And that's one of the reasons why I like when people put in in our chats now, just say hi or something like that. Then I'll remember you guys, and I value your opinion. So if it's someone that I've never seen before and they're just putting negative stuff on there, a lot of times I don't really listen too much to that. But if I know it's someone who watches my videos and comes onto my live streams and participates, then of course I'm going to listen to what you guys have to say, because you guys are supporting me, so I want to know what your opinion is. Okay, let's see. Do we have any questions so far? And I know we were chatting a little bit back and forth. I think what I'll start doing, I know you guys hopefully you guys saw that there was a little timer before the video launched. I had to go to that because I don't want to just have that blank screen, and then no one really knows what time what time the video is going to start for replay. So if someone's watching the replay, they're not going to want to just sit there for 10 minutes and not know that it's 10 minutes. So if they see it's 10 minutes, then they can go ahead and jump ahead in the video. But what I like about it is I can have that chat screen up so we can kind of chat back and forth before the show and just kind of go back and forth. So I'm going to keep that timer going. So hopefully you guys like that as well. All right. I just like to I like to have you guys know all the new stuff that I'm trying out. Some things might work, some things might not. If you guys see, I put a little sign up in the background here. Let's see if yeah, right there. Can't read it, right? Too small. So I'm gonna have to get bigger font on the thing. And basically, what it's saying, it's just the road to 10,000 subscribers. So that's what it is. But I want to get it in a bigger font so you'll be able to see it. I realize, my background is a little blurry, and that's on purpose. But I was hoping that the letters would be at least big enough to see, but they're not, so we'll just work on that. All right, guys, if you're in the room, please hit the like button for me so we can bring more people in to the live stream. YouTube will promote it out to more people if they see likes. And let's target 50 likes this time. So we've been hitting 30 likes every time. The last few live streams, I'd say the last 3 to 4 live streams, we've been hitting 40. So let's break a record today and hit 50 likes. Actually, I shouldn't say break a record because I had one live stream that I just did last week where we got 75 likes, which is amazing. And if you look at that video, it took off because of that. So in the replay, it took off. That's one of the major reasons why I say, hey, please hit the like button, because it does help more and more people see the videos. And let's face it, I want to do a lot of interviews, okay, with different people. And most of the responses I've been getting are positive. I'd say 80% are positive in the sense that they respond, either they can or they can't do it, but they respond. So the more reach that I have with this channel, the more people that I can bring in as far as interviews and things like that. And the more people get to see what I'm putting out too, because I also have people that will reach out to me that have seen my videos and say, hey, I would like to be on your show, that kind of stuff. So it's not always me reaching out to other people. Some people reach out to me, but in order for them to do that, they have to see that I'm putting out content. And the best way for them to see that is if the like button's hit, and then it goes out to a lot more people. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have going here. Okay, and then Nate and Jess, they were talking about Trip Astute. Yeah, I definitely want to reach out to him. I kind of reached out to him in the comment section when he did a collab before, where you're just talking about your favorite credit card, your favorite travel credit card. So I will reach out to him. I think he has a really great channel, yeah, I'll reach out to him. I definitely would like to have him on the show. So if you're listening, Trip Astute, come on and send me some info. Not info, but just hit me up. But I will reach out to him as well. So let's see what we have here. Okay, so Nate just says, which card would you guys say is your favorite card to grind? Grind points or farm points? Well, what did we have? Who sits up in here? This was an older question, so he's saying combo. So David saying that he likes to combo the platinum and the gold Amex cards, which I definitely agree. I don't have those cards, but I think those cards would be great to maximize points. We all know I like Chase, so the Chase Sapphire Reserve is a card that I use primarily. But I also use, I like these ink cards. I like the Chase ink cards, so I use those for a lot of my spend. I do have a home-based business in an aspect of, I have a photography business as well as I do YouTube stuff. So a lot of the stuff that I buy for my home is this stuff here that you guys are seeing, and lights and all that stuff. So I'm using my credit card, my Chase Ink credit cards for that primarily. And those Chase Ink cards you can really maximize because they have some 5-point categories. I have the Chase Ink Business Preferred, or I'm sorry, the Chase Ink Business Plus card. So that's the card right the Chase Ink Business Preferred took over that card. But that card, the Chase Ink Business Plus card, has some really good category. You get 5 points for every. It's just like the Chase Ink Cash card, but I don't think they have either the minimums are higher, like, or the maximums are higher. Like the Chase Ink Cash card is at 25,000. You'll max out 25,000 when it comes to the 5-point categories. Whereas the Chase Ink Business Plus, I don't think it maxes out, or if it does max out, it's much higher. But I use it for my cable, I use it for my phone, I use it for my internet, and you get 5 points for every dollar spent on all those categories. So it's a win-win situation. Plus you get insurance for your phone as well. So if you are paying your phone bill using the Chase Ink Business Plus or the Chase Ink Cash card, you get insurance on your phone. So that's something that I think we all want, right? Because we use our phones so much and we have them in our hands and can drop them and damage them and that kind of stuff. So it's good to have insurance on your phone. So you can get the insurance through your phone provider, but you can also get insurance with the credit card if you make your payments with it. Okay, so yeah, right now it's a Chase Sapphire Reserve, and then I'm using the Chase Ink cards. Right now I'm still using that Chase Ink Cash card. I think I just hit, I have to double check, but I think I just hit the minimum spend on that card. So I'll be getting 50,000 bonus points for that. So pretty happy about that. It didn't take me that long. I still have another month to go, but I've been using the card. Let's just say that to hit the spin. Okay, I'll move on down here. So Flashpoint Capital, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, I'd like to know how your move is going. I don't know if you, let's see, just the heat was brutal, still unpacking boxes. Okay, so you've already made the move. That's cool. So Flashpoint, if you guys don't know, Flashpoint Capital, he has a YouTube channel, so he's a YouTuber, and really great content, travel reward credit cards. That's what he primarily talks about. I know he wants to talk about some other stuff as well, but for the most part, he's been talking a lot about travel reward credit cards. So you want to go over to his channel, check it out, subscribe to his channel. I've had him on this show. I'd like to have him some more. I'm sure once he gets settled, we're going to have that all set up, and we'll do some more shows. But yeah, really good channel. So check his channel out. Just type in Flashpoint Capital in the YouTube search, and it'll bring it right up. Okay, Brian, what's up? Let's see, Dolly. Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing? Weekend. Yeah, I'm having a great weekend as well, Dolly. Let's see. Najas. I have my 3.5-month-old young son bouncing up and down the laptop. Intro music here. He's loving it. Yeah, I gotta get the name of that intro music. Someone else asked me that same question, like, what music is it? And they like the music, so I'll get it. It's Epidemic Sound. That's what I use for all of my, it's like royalty-free music, so that's what I use. Okay, and Bruce Law, what's going on? Let's see. All right, what's up, David? What do you think of, the WeWork benefited? You know what? So he's asking about WeWork. Benefit on the Amex Business Platinum. I've never been in a WeWork like workplace. Basically, it's like they have these in other countries. I know they're out here in the U.S. as well, but I've seen them more. Like when I go to Colombia, they have these work, because you have a lot of digital nomads. You have a lot of people who just work remotely. And so you'll have, like in Thailand is very popular. In Medellin, Colombia is very popular as well because of the cost of living. It's very reasonable to live there. So you have a lot of these work stations where basically an office that you can go to and you pay monthly, and it's really not a lot. I mean, it's like $20 or maybe $30 a month. It might be a little bit more. I'm talking about Medellin, but it might be a little bit more. But you can go there, and you have free. You're just going in an office, and they have internet, and they have free coffee and all that kind of stuff, and you can just sit in there, do the business that you need to do. They have like a boardroom and stuff like that. So if you want to sit down and like have a conference or something like that, you can do that. So really, really good setup. Now they have WeWork, which is the same thing, and they offer this WeWork these workstations with the Amex Business Platinum, and I've never been in one, so I can't really speak on it, David. But I mean, I think it's great. It's a great thing for people who need to have like a workspace and can work remotely. I think it's a good setup. The only problem is it's only for 1 year. I would like it if, and I don't have the business platinum obviously, but I would like it if it were more than just 1 year. But yeah, I think it's a good option for people. Yes, 12-month unlimited access, which is $3,000 almost on their website. Yeah, so yeah, good value. I mean, you're getting it for free, so it's a good value, definitely. Okay. All right, so let's see here. Skipped down just a little bit here. Okay, Julio. Should I add my mom as an authorized user on my Delta Reserve so she can get access to the Delta Sky Club, or should I just pay the extra $29 so she can get in? Now, if you add her as an authorized user, if she does get access, I think it's a good thing. I mean, obviously it's family, so I would hope you'd be able to trust that your mom is not going to do anything crazy with your credit. Like if she had the credit card, I would do it. If it were me and my mom, yeah, I would definitely do it. The $29 per stay, I have not stayed at a lounge. Well, I won't say that. Some of the first class lounges, but these aren't the lounges where you have access to. But and when I say that, I mean like with the Sky Club, it's not going to be comparable to some of the real high end lounges that they have at airports that are the first class lounges. I would say they're worth $29, but I've never gone in a lounge. Well, I shouldn't say that. I've been in one lounge, the British Airways lounge in London, that was worth that $29. That lounge was just amazing, but it was a first class lounge. The only reason that I got in there is because I was flying first class. I wasn't paying, I was using points, but my ticket cost $6,500, and that was one way. So that's the only time I've gone into a lounge and said, wow, this is worth it. And that lounge had like 4 different areas. So you had and you had the showers, and you had all of that, but you had buffet style food, and then they also had a restaurant in the lounge, and you just go over to the restaurant, sit down, order whatever you want, and then they had a certain area sectioned off where you can go and watch like sports. They had all the big screen TVs and all that. They had a wine area, like a wine, I won't call it a wine cellar, but you go in and it was just racks of wine everywhere, and you can just pick the wine that you want. They just had everything in this place, so it was definitely worth $29. But the vast majority, since then, I've never been in a lounge that's worth $29. So that's just my opinion. I wouldn't pay the $29 is what I'm saying. Okay. Nate and Jess, with Chase Sapphire Reserve Party Pass for the first time in my life. I wanted to get to the airport early so I can get those sweet $28 restaurant credits. So that's Nate and Jess saying that. Yeah, and you know what? And this is another thing too. Like I was saying, I want to I'm putting out different videos, kind of more about the experience and the experience of using points, or the experience of using Priority Pass and things like that. And one of the things that I do now, like I've just like Nate and Jess are saying, I've changed the way that I do things when it comes to travel. Going to the airport a lot earlier than I normally do, just because I know I can go get a free meal. That's a motivator right there. When you know, like on my last trip to Hawaii, I didn't eat anything until I got to the airport because I knew I was able to go and get a free meal, and actually got 2 meals really, because I used $30 and got 2 different dishes at PF Chang's. So yes, it changes the way I do things. Like I don't do things the same way that I used to. I mean, it's obviously you get to learn a lot about how things work, how the points work, and you learn all these different little loopholes. And there, I'm, I didn't know about this before, like these free credits and all this stuff like that. So most people out there, they have no idea of the different perks and benefits that you can get just by having a travel credit card. Just by having the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you get the priority pass, and then you get that restaurant credit, and you get lounge access, all these different lounges. Prior to me getting into travel reward credit cards, I knew that there were lounges. I knew they existed, but I'd never been in one, never knew where they were. I'd just get to the airport and just walk straight to the terminal, get to my gate, and then just sit there. And I might get up and go, and I've told this story before where I kind of had a routine where I would go to the gift shops because I didn't want to go to the restaurants, like even the fast food restaurants at the airport, because there's always a big long line. And I'm pretty simple. Like, I'll just go get one of the sandwiches at the gift shop that's probably been sitting there all day, and and then get it to go. I mean, or obviously get it to go, but get a bag and get some water and get some chips, and that was it. So once I got on the plane, then I had something to eat mid flight or midway through my flight. But the funny thing is, like, I knew that there were lounges, but I had no idea how to get in a lounge, and I had no idea like how that all worked. And so it wasn't until I started getting travel credit cards until I started realizing, okay, well, wow, if you get this travel rewards credit card, you get priority pass, which will give you lounge access. And so now every time I go to an airport, one, just like Nate Jess was saying, I like to get there early. Two, I'm always looking for the different lounges, and I do my research before I go so I know. And I will select airports based on the lounges that they have in certain situations. If I have a long layover, and I know I have a long layover that's coming, and I have a couple of different flights that I'm looking at, and one has nicer lounges than the other, or one has lounges and the other doesn't, well, then I'm picking the one that has lounges. Even if I have to do a couple extra hours on a layover, I'd rather do a layover where I have lounge access or I'd rather do, let's say, 5-hour layover at a airport that has lounges than do 3-hour layover at a place that doesn't have lounge access. So, yeah, it's it's definitely changed the way that I see travel, and it makes me want to do things that I didn't normally. Like, I dreaded going to the airport. I dreaded traveling. I loved going on vacation. I loved being in a destination, but I hated the process. That whole process of travel. Getting from point A to point B, I couldn't stand doing it. Now I look forward to it. I'm going to be honest with you. I look forward to it because I know that there are different little perks that I can get along the way. One thing I haven't experienced yet, and I'll experience it sometime in the future, is the little like the little little hotels that are at the airport, like the little sleep by, what do you call it? I don't know, little cubes and all the little things that they have. They have it in a lot of Asian airports where you can go and you can have this little space and you rent it by the hour and you go in there and sleep if you have a long layover and stuff like that. I can't remember the exact name of them. There are a variety of different ones. I was looking up some when I went to Thailand because I had a long layover, but I couldn't find them once I got there. I was like, oh. I know they exist. I know they're here. And then the whole language barrier thing, I really couldn't communicate with anyone to explain to them what I what I wanted. All right. All right. We got a super chat. Thank you very much. How to get an 800 credit score. I've been watching your channel, man. So this guy has a YouTube channel as well. He does a lot of live streams and he puts out good content. And I've been watching your channel, man. You have some really good information, and he's talking about how to build your credit. So, very, very important stuff. If you want to get in travel credit card game, you have to have good credit. So, it's very important for you to work on your credit score if you need to work on it. If your credit score is already good, then that's great. You can go ahead and jump in the game. But you want to at least have a 700 credit score. That's kind of the sweet spot when it comes to getting travel credit cards. And then the top tier credit cards, you're gonna need a little bit more than 700, and So this is something good as far as channels like this that help you build your credit. Okay, so he's saying great video about Equifax settlement. What are the requirements to get approved for a first travel rewards credit card? Okay, so that's a good question. So like I was saying, when it comes to, and I glossed over a little bit, so 700 credit score is probably where you want to be. You can still get travel credit cards, like some of the no annual fee travel credit cards in the 600s, the high sixes. But I always say shoot for 700 and you probably won't get declined. Just think of it along those lines. There's certain credit cards that you want to look at first. I put out a video last week that's doing really well about the Chase ecosystem and how you can work your way up that ecosystem. And I'll talk a little bit about it here. So basically, what I would advise you do is try to get the no annual fee, the cashback cards first. Get at least one cashback card. So Chase Freedom or Chase Freedom Unlimited, one or the other. The Chase Freedom card, I like that one because it has a rotating category, so you get 5 points for every dollar spent on the rotating category. So it can be Costco, Sam's Club, one quarter, and then they'll switch to department stores another quarter, and then they'll switch to gas another quarter. So a really good setup there. And so get one of those cards, that one or the Chase Freedom Unlimited. The Chase Freedom Unlimited, it will give right now for the first year, if you sign up for a new account or a new credit card, you're going to get 3% for every dollar spent, and that's across the board. And they cap it out. I can't remember what the cap off. I think it might be 25,000. I can't remember to be exact, but they do have a cap on it. Once you hit that cap, then it's going to be 1 point for every dollar spent on all of the purchases, and you get that for the first year. And so then after that, then it goes back to the 1.5 points per dollar spent, and that's on everything. So anything that you want to purchase, it's going to be 1.5. So good card, but I like the rotating categories a little bit better, especially when it comes to like Costco and Sam's Club, because you can go to Costco and you can get things that, and they have a cap on that too. I didn't say this. The Chase Freedom Unlimited or the Chase Freedom card with the categories, rotating categories, $1,500 cap. So every quarter you can spend $1,500 on this category and get 5 points for every dollar spent. It's a really good deal. And like I was saying, if you can go to Costco and you can get a lot of toiletries and stuff like that will last you for that whole year. And so you can get it so you can last for the whole year. And then the next year that comes around, then you can do the same thing. So I really like the Chase Freedom card. So start with the zero annual fee cards, and then the good thing about those cards, all those points that you earn on those cards, you don't have to cash them out. You can just keep them in your account. And I would, if you want to travel, like if traveling is something that you want to do and you want to move into some of the higher end travel credit cards with Chase, then don't do anything with those points. Just add those points up. Just keep earning those points, and keep them in your account. And then get the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I recommend getting the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Now, I know it's a $450 annual fee, but if you are committed to travel, then you're going to get that $300 travel credit. Even if you're not traveling, that $300, did I say 350? I think it's a $300 travel credit. I don't know if I said 350 or not, but it's a $300 travel credit. Even if you don't travel that much, you can still use that travel credit because you might not travel outside the country, but you might need to stay at a hotel one night, or you might need to use Uber or a train or a taxi or something like that in where you live. So you don't have to necessarily be traveling outside of the country in order to get those benefits with the travel credit. But that's one of the things that I highly recommend, like doing the whole getting the Chase Sapphire Reserve instead of getting the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Chase Sapphire Preferred is a good card. It's a $95 annual fee, but you don't get the extra perks. Like we were talking about, the restaurant credit, you don't get the priority pass with Chase Sapphire Preferred. With the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you get the priority pass. So now you have the restaurant credits at certain airports, and then you have the lounge access, and then you get when it comes to the trip cancellation and all that, they ramp it up a little bit. It's like trip cancellation or trip delay for Chase Sapphire Preferred, I believe it's 12 hours. So once it hits that 12-hour mark, then that's when you can start being reimbursed. But with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, I believe it's 6 hours. So yeah, you get more benefits with the card, and it's worth it. So getting a $300 travel credit right off the bat, that drops that $450 annual fee down to $150, and then it's just up to you to try to use those other benefits. And you can, if you do go, if you travel and you're on a plane, or not on a plane, if you're traveling, you go to an airport, you can use the lounge access, you can use the restaurant credits. Every time I go to a restaurant, I use that restaurant credit. That's a $30 credit for me. That's the way that I look at it. Whereas if I go to a lounge, I have $7 to $10 value, I think you can add to that. And then it's just, you have the auto rental primary, rental insurance, you have that. So that's good. You also get that with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, but I'm just saying these are some different little perks that you can utilize. And then just spend on the card. If you're using the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you can get 3 points for every dollar spent at restaurants and stuff like that. So you can really get the value out of it every year is what I'm saying. So you don't have to pay that $450 that you're paying. You're going to get that back in credits if you work it the right way. Now, so you have that card, and then you want to look at. I always tell people to look at an airline branded card, and the best airline branded card for the Chase ecosystem is probably United. So you want to go with either getting a United card. You can even get a JetBlue card, and I like flying JetBlue, but the only thing is the footprint is not the same as United. United has those partners. They have the Star Alliance partners, so that allows you to travel the world. Whereas JetBlue, you can travel to wherever JetBlue flies, but other than that, you're going to be stuck. So you're going to have to use American or United or Delta. But since United and Chase are partners for now, let's hope it stays that way. But because they're partners, you can transfer your points directly over to United and use that. And so it's always good to have a United credit card as well, so you can use it for free checked bags as well as priority boarding. So those are good. And then, of course, my favorite hotel brand out of all the hotels that are out there right now is Hyatt. So you can get a Hyatt card, the World of Hyatt card. You get 9 points for every dollar spent with that card. So if you're booking with Hyatt, so you're going to get 5 points for every dollar spent for being a World of Hyatt member. Then you're going to get 4 points for every dollar spent for using that World of Hyatt credit card when you make your reservations and when you pay for your bill. So really, really good earn possibility with that. And then you get that free night too. So one of the things that I like about hotel branded cards, you get the free night. Usually, if you get the right cards, most cards will give you a free night, but you'll get that free night every year. So it's just something to look forward to. A reason to keep the card, you get that free night credit. So that's good. And then with the World of Hyatt card, you'll also get an additional free night if you use the card and you spend $15,000 on the card within 1 year. Okay. Let's see. I got to back up just a little bit. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. And I have noises now. I'm going to work on this whole soundboard thing, so I'm going to have a bunch of different little things going on just to kind of spice up the show a little bit. So yeah, I got all these little toys and stuff that I'm working out. So anyway, hopefully you guys heard that. I don't even know if you could hear it. I set it up the way they told me to, and then I'll have some different little things that I'll put in the future. But like I said, this whole little Stream Deck thing is going to allow me to put all these different sounds, and I'm even going to start probably putting in some GIFs or whatever you call those things, just to kind of spice up the show, just make it a little bit more interesting, right? And we have a subscriber too, Eli. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the channel. Joining the channel. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. And like I said, we're on that road to 10,000. Once we hit 10,000 subscribers, for those of you who don't know how YouTube works, once you hit 10,000 subscribers, then they open up a lot of different workshops and stuff like that for you. So it'll just allow me to expand the channel even more and to give you even better content, because we have, like, I live near Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, they have a YouTube space, and basically what a YouTube space is it's a studio. So YouTube has like a full-on production studio, and they will allow you access to that studio if you have 10,000 subscribers or more. as well as they have training, ongoing training throughout the year. You can go to the different little training classes, but you need to have 10,000 subscribers in order to do that. I've been to the YouTube space. They did kind of a launch when they first opened it up, and this was a while ago, a few years ago, and so I've been there, and I've gone on a little tour, and they show you around everything. Really nice space. It's a really good place to do like collaborations and stuff like that. And it's just YouTubers everywhere that are there. So yeah, so that's the push. That way I can start the new year off right. As far as really, I've been focusing the last year and a half. I've really been focusing on this channel. And I hope that you guys see that there's been some changes and stuff like that, and I hope you guys like the changes. But the next step would be to hit 10,000 subscribers. That way I can get out there and do even more. Okay, all right, we're gonna move through now. If you guys have a question specifically for me, put at TEC, and I will make sure that I at least address the question. I might not have the answer for you, but I'll do my best to try to get that out. Okay. All right, let's see. I just need to find my place here. Okay, so Flashpoints asking, have you been getting the emails from Freedom Card? 500 bonus for 3 charges of $1.75 or more using. No, I haven't. Oh, the contactless pay. I've heard about it, but I haven't. I don't check my email very often. I need to do that more. I have a lot of those emails go to my my other folder. They don't go to my regular folder. But no, I haven't. So using that contactless pay, that's, you know what? I have them on my cards, but I never use them. I've done they did a promotion, Chase did a promotion, so if you use Google Pay, they were going to give you, I think it was like 2,500 points or something like that. So I did that, but I've never used the contactless pay. So for those of you who don't know, if you look at your credit card and it has looks like a little Wi-Fi signal, that's like contactless pay, so you don't even have to stick your card into the card reader. You can just like hold it over the top and it will read it. But yeah, I haven't used those. I haven't used that yet. So yeah, they're trying to get people to use it. Sounds good. 500 bonus points. That's good. It's $5, and you're not doing anything but just holding it over, and you don't have to spend that much to do it. So yeah, maybe I'll do that on my next purchase Flashpoint if I can remember. That's the whole thing. Just remembering to use it. Okay. All right, so let's see here. And Flashpoint said he liked the video, or you liked the video, so thank you. Please do so, guys. Just like the video so we can get up to at least 50,000 or 50,000. Wow, at least 50 likes this video. The more likes the video gets, the more they promote it. They'll promote it right now, and then they'll also promote it once we have it in the replay. Okay, what's going on, Chris? And Nate and Jess is saying hit the like button. Yes, please hit the like button. And also subscribe too. I can give you guys a shout out if you subscribe. I'm gonna start having some stuff, like I have the little keyboard now, or not the keyboard, but the little shortcuts. So I'm gonna have something. Every time someone subscribes, I'll hit a button. Every time someone, and it'll do something. And then every time someone sends a super chat, I'll hit a button and it'll do something. So we're gonna start really livening up the show, because I know I can be kind of monotone at times and not really. we could change things up just a little bit, give a little extra stuff going on. Reckless Rican, what's going on, buddy? Let's see. Julio, what's up? Okay, so David's saying that he thought it was funny that after the accidental live stream that I did an outfit change. Yeah, so I was seriously, I was just sitting down. I was working on this little Stream Deck thing, and it has buttons on it, and one of the buttons is the stream button. So all I need to do is hit the button and I go live. So I'm sitting there and I hit the button and it doesn't, it's not instant. So once you hit the button, then it'll go live, but there's nothing that I can do. I have to kind of wait. It takes like probably maybe 3 seconds. So I hit the button. I'm like, oh. So yeah, I'm just in my regular clothes, in a t-shirt, just sitting here trying to figure out this whole thing, and it's going live. I'm like, oh man. And there's nothing I can do to stop it. So I just, after I did it, it's like 5 seconds or whatever. But yes, yeah, I did do a wardrobe change. You're right. Okay. And Eli, thanks again for subscribing to the channel, buddy. Okay. Okay, so Reckless Rican's asking, can I upgrade the Chase Sapphire Preferred if I'm over 524? You should be able to. If you're upgrading it to the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you should, I mean, you should be able to do that. You're not opening a new account or anything. You're just upgrading it. I think you will have to wait a year. Like if you, let's say you just got this Chase Sapphire Preferred, you're going to have to wait that year out, and then you can upgrade to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Now, what I would do, and one of my buddies, he has a Chase Sapphire Preferred. He wants to get the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and what he did is he just called in and said, "What do I have to do to get like to the Chase Sapphire Reserve?" And they told him that he's going to have to wait. So I would call just to let him know. Don't tell him that you're over 524, but just call and inquire. But you should be fine. Like I can't see him not giving it to you. Okay, so Brian's saying that, yeah, if you product change, you should be good. Let's see. Let's see. Do you think the Chase Sapphire Reserve is worth for college student that don't travel a lot, often car, transportation, and dining categories? Okay, so the question is Huawei. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. We'll call you Woo. Yeah, you know what? College student. Now I'm thinking of when I was in college, right? When I was in college, I was broke, and I could not imagine having a $450 credit card. And yeah, when I was in college, I didn't travel. I didn't go anywhere. Can you use it for some different transportation, Uber and things like that? Yes, you can. Staying at maybe a random hotel every once in a while, yeah, you can do that. But I just think the Chase Sapphire Reserve is really at its best if you travel a lot. Now, there are some people that are in college that they travel. They do a fair amount of travel because you have that time off, right? So, yeah, you have your summers off. You can travel summers and during breaks and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say absolutely not, but I would just, I mean, you really have to watch it. You want to make sure you can afford it. And like I said, that my major thing is, and I'm just thinking back when I was in college, I didn't have money like to pay every 2 weeks or every month to make sure I have my credit card. Like I didn't have credit cards anyway, but I'm just thinking like I didn't have that discipline either to pay my credit cards off every month. Or how can I say this? I wasn't using credit cards, but I don't know if I would have had that discipline to pay it off every month. So that's the main thing. Like, can you handle credit cards? And if you can handle credit cards and pay them off every month and never carry a balance on, because these travel credit cards, they will kill you if you carry a balance on them. That interest is just way too high. So, I wouldn't say completely no, but you wanna be able to travel. If you get a fair amount of travel out of, if you have this Chase Sapphire Reserve and you travel a fair amount, let's say at least 3 to 4 times a year, at least, then I think you'll be good and you'll be able to pull in a lot of benefits. Because you have to understand, yes, you get the $300 travel credit, but then you have an additional $150. How are you going to get the value out of that? A lot of the value you can get, I guess, if you're using the card for going to restaurants and things like that, but you want to get the lounge access as well. You want to be able to go to get the food credit, the restaurant credits and stuff, because that's where you'll really bring that annual fee down to nothing. and even in some cases, you can make out better. Okay, hopefully everything is okay. Let me know I'm still on the stream here. My screen just went completely blank, so looks like everything is still on. That was crazy. All right. Okay, let's just move on. So yeah, my advice for you is really look at yourself. You want to travel at least some. If you're not traveling at all, then it's not gonna be a card that I would recommend you get. Let's see. Okay, so Reckless Rican saying the Amex Party Pass still works. Are you asking a question? Or you're making a statement. I think it stops August 1st, if I'm correct. I think it's August 1st. So yeah, it'll still work right now, but then in next week it's not going to work, or this coming up week it's not going to work. So for right now it should be fine. Let's see. Just now used part of the Uber credit for the Amex Platinum on some Uber Eats from Popeyes. Cool, David. Cool. Yeah, you have Uber Eats, so you do have that with the credits that you get with the Amex Platinum. So that is good. Okay, using the party pass makes me feel like a boss. That's Dolly saying that. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, but you really, I don't know. And to this day, a lot of my friends, they have no idea of some of the benefits that I enjoy, I guess you could say. And then until they travel with me. And then when they travel with me, they're like, wow, we can go to a lounge? Yeah, we can go hang out in the lounge and free alcohol and free this. And so a lot of people, they have no idea. I had one of my buddies who travels with me frequently, and he didn't know anything about lounges or anything like that. We went to a lounge, and so now he got the Advantage one, the Elite, whatever, the top one, the $450 annual fee one, which gives him the Admiral's Lounge. And so once they get a taste of it, then they're like, oh, okay, well, wow, all I need to do is get a travel credit card, and I can do this too. Yeah, in some cases that's the way it works. You get the right travel credit card, and you're going to get the benefits, the priority pass, and all that, and it will allow you to kind of live a different life, when it comes to travel, and not have to spend a lot of money. I used to think when I was a newbie traveler or a young traveler that you needed to have a lot of money in order to go to a lounge. And now it's not the case. It really isn't. If you do the right things and you follow the right pattern, anyone can do it. Anyone, we all have credit cards or we all have debit cards. So anyone can do it if you do it the right way. Okay, let's see here. For Fofu, what's going on? Or for Fu, what's up, man? Let's see. Okay, so Dolly's, you guys are talking back and forth. What party pass lounge did you stay in? And I will say, and I think we can all agree in this room, that some priority pass lounges are better than others, and some of them are really not very good at all. But I always say this, any lounge that I've been in is better than sitting in the terminal. So they'll at least have some refreshments and some snacks, a few snacks here or there, comfortable chairs. They usually have the comfortable chairs in there, and it's quiet. And that's one thing that I'm a real big proponent of. I love being in a place where you're at an airport, but it's quiet. It's not loud and people running around everywhere and speakers going off every few minutes and all that stuff. So I like the fact that you can go to a lounge and in most situations they're quiet and you don't have the crying babies and stuff like that. So it just makes it a better overall experience. Okay. And Julio saying, David, okay, so we already went over this question. And I lost my place, so I had to go back up to the top and then work my way back down. So that's what happened there. Usually when there's a super chat, I go down to the super chat and give them a shout out and then read their question. And then when I work my way back up, I usually lose my place. So that's what happened there. Okay. Okay, so Dolly's asking, have you given any more thought about the game, the best and the worst? Let's see, in any. So I don't. Yeah, Dolly, I remember you mentioned that before, but explain a little bit more how the game would be played. No, I think I remember when you initially put it out there. I thought it was a good idea, but I can't remember exactly how you, you said it. So the best and the worst. Yeah, let me know a little more detail. And if you don't, like if you're not watching right now, if you don't want to talk about it right now, you can just talk to me in the WhatsApp group. But yeah, I definitely want to have stuff. I want to have more engagement. So I'm getting a lot of engagement with the videos that I put out, and maybe do live streams and stuff like that where we have a little bit more engagement when we're doing interviews and stuff like that. So it sounds like a good idea, but I have to kind of put it to paper and see how we can do it. Reckless Weekend, I'm traveling August. I have the Delta Gold card, but booking Chase Portal on my point, I can still get free check bags. And I don't know if you're asking a question. Let's see, Chase Portal on point, can I still get? So I don't know how Delta does their thing as far as if you're using points, and this is what I recommend. Now I don't know how Delta does it. You guys can let him know as far as if you guys have used Delta before. And let's see, Flashpoint said something already. Reckless Weekend, no. Delta is Amex. And so I don't know if your question was. Let's see. I kind of lost my place here. Okay, so I'm traveling August, and I have Delta Gold card, but booking Chase Portal on my points, can I still get? Okay, so I don't know how Delta works. I know United, you need to use your card your United Explorer card in order to get the free check bag and all that stuff. You need to use the card. Some airlines or some, like the Advantage card with American Airlines, you don't have to use the card. The card is tied to your account, so once you get the ticket generated, then they'll give you the free check bag. So it depends, and I don't know how Delta runs their things, so you would have to find out through Delta. And if you're using it through the portal, you're not paying anything additionally. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. Sorry, Rican. Okay, how does a Priority Pass work? Do you pay up front and get a credit on your account? Well, basically, Priority Pass, it's going to be linked. Like, so let's say I get the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and I have to let them, like, I have to fill out information, and then they will send me out a Priority Pass card. So then once I have that Priority Pass card, I go to any Priority Pass lounge, and then they do something. So they are charging Chase when I go to the lounge, but I'm not paying anything up front. Like, I'm not using my card or anything like that. All I'm bringing is my Priority Pass card, or they now have it on an app too, so you can do the digital scan, and then they have that information, and then they're the one. Priority Pass is the one that will charge to Chase, but nothing ever shows up on my account or anything, on my Chase account or anything. Okay. Okay. Okay, so in Flashpoints talking, you guys are having a conversation back and forth. So Rican is asking, does the Hilton Priority Pass still work? So the Priority Pass, just so you guys know, Priority Pass still works. It's still going to work with American Express. and Flashpoint's in it on here too. It will work, but the restaurant credit is no longer going to work. So you can still go to the lounges and all that, but if you want to use the restaurant credit, which I think the restaurant credit is probably the best part of having Priority Pass at this point. I mean, it just gives you free food and restaurant food that's made to order, not food that's just been sitting out there. And most lounges that you go to, the food is just going to be sitting out there in buffet style kind of setup. So it's nice to be able to go to a restaurant and just order food. And these are regular restaurants. These are not restaurants that are specifically a lounge restaurant or anything like that. Okay. And David's talking with Julio. Julio doesn't probably make sense just to get her authorized user card, $175 just to save $30 on the lounge. Okay, yeah, you know what? That actually makes a good point, David. When he's saying authorized user, I'm thinking there's no fee, but if there's a $175 annual fee, then yeah, that does make sense probably to just pay the $29 if you want to go that route. Or get a card, get a different card, like get a Chase Sapphire Reserve or something. I know I just say get a Chase Sapphire Reserve. You might not want to get that card, but get a card that has Priority Pass already. And if she is traveling with you, then she can go in the lounge with you. If not, then yeah, there's just, I don't know if I would want to pay $175 per year if she's not really, because this is the way that I would look at it. And I think that's what you were asking. $29 a trip or $29 each time that they go into the lounge. How many times is she going to use that lounge in a year? If she's going to use it more than $175 worth, then yes, it makes sense. If she's not going to use it more than $175 worth, then it doesn't make sense to do the authorized user. Just pay the $29 every time that she goes in. Okay. Okay, so David's saying that, and he's saying this to Nate and Jess, the steakhouse at the Denver airport. All right, let's shut that down. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so Nate and Jess, the steakhouse at the Denver airport is really good. I've been there probably 5 or 6 times, and I've never had a bad meal. So that's cool. Yeah, and that's David just saying that to Nate and Jess. I think Nate and Jess live out there in Colorado. Let's see. All right, guys, any questions specifically for me? Just, let's see. And Dolly's asking, what are your thoughts about the city cracking down on all gift cards using for minimum spend? I think it's fine. I don't churn cards, okay? I don't manufacture spend. I don't do any of that stuff. So when it comes down to it, what you will have is you'll have a lot of people that are abusing the system, okay? And I'm calling it abusing the system. Basically, they're getting cards, and they're getting 3 or 4 cards at once, and because they want to get the sign-up bonuses, they're doing manufacturer spending. Let me answer this real quick, guys, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Um, this person was they were just going to keep calling back. So it was work calling always. All right, so let's get back to where we were. And let's see here. Uh, doo, doo, doo. Okay, I don't even remember what we were talking about. Basically, just to kind of recap, as far as the restaurant credit, we were talking about restaurant credits. I can't remember what we were talking about. We'll just move on. If I've forgotten something or I missed something, I know Dolly asked a question and I was trying to get to it. Okay, so Citi cracking down, that's what it was. So the minimum spend. So you have a lot of people that churn. So they're going to get these cards and they'll get a bunch of cards at once, and then they'll start doing the manufacturer spending and getting the different credit cards or gift cards and stuff in order to try to manufacture spend. I don't do that kind of stuff, and I actually don't think that they should be doing that type of stuff. So I don't mind credit card companies trying to combat that, because you'll have a lot of people who are not going to be committed with the credit cards and they just want to get the sign-up bonus and then move on. So yeah, I'm not I don't have a problem with it. So that's my opinion on that whole situation, Dolly. I mean, there are a lot of cutbacks that do happen where I'm like, oh, why did they do this or why did they do that? But when it comes to stuff like that, yeah, I don't mind at all that they're cutting back on stuff like that. It makes everybody more honest, and it helps us really in the long run, because you will, if a credit card company is putting up these real good sign-up bonuses and people are just getting the cards, hitting the sign-up bonus, never using the card again, canceling the card shortly after that, getting another card, doing the same thing, and like I said, sometimes they will get a few cards at the same time, and that's why they have to do the manufacturer spending, because they can't pay all that up front, as far as they can't hit those minimum spends without manufacturer spending. So yeah, I'm fine with that. I think it will help keep the sign-up bonuses high, because I want high sign-up bonuses. And some credit card companies, what they'll do is they'll drop the sign-up bonus down, or they'll do the tiered structure, which we've seen, which I don't like, where you can get $25,000 after spending $3,000 in the first 3 months, and then you can get an additional $25,000 after spending another $3,000 in the next 3 months. So yeah, they kind of spread it out. I don't like that. I would rather hit that $50,000 sign-up bonus after spending $3,000 within 3 months. So okay, let's see here. Okay. All right, I lost my place here. Let's find it. All right, we're almost there. I had to work my way all the way through. So we're back now. Here we go. Okay, so Flashpoint's saying that he has a video on Priority Pass on his channel. So you might want to jump over there if you want some more information about Priority Pass. Don't do it right now, but do it after the show. Jump over there. And if you guys are in here right now and you haven't hit the like button, please do so. It'll bring more people to our discussion here. They'll promote it out more. Let's see. Okay, so you guys are talking about WeWork. Okay, so Reckless Rican said, I don't understand Priority Pass. So with my Hilton business, can I access lounges or restaurants at Atlanta Airport? And I don't know the whole string of the conversation that you're having, Reckless Rican, but you have to have Priority Pass with the card that you have. So with my Hilton business, I don't know what cards you have. So if you have cards that offer Priority Pass, then you'll have access to Priority Pass. If you don't get a travel credit card that has, as a part of the benefits Priority Pass, then you're not going to be able to get Priority Pass. Unless you can pay outright. You can pay outright and get a Priority Pass card going directly through Priority Pass if you want to do that. But other than that, you're going to need to have it with one of the travel credit cards that you have. Okay. All right. And David's asking, have I used the luxury hotel and resorts collection that Chase Sapphire Reserve offers? I have not used that yet. No, I haven't used it. I've, like I said, primarily been staying with Hyatt, and then other than that, I've been doing Airbnbs, so I haven't used it yet. Something I'll be doing in the future, though. Okay. Okay, so Julio's saying, and he's saying this to David, I've used the Amex Fine Hotels and Resorts. It's worth it when you don't have status at a certain hotel brand. Okay, and they're good because some of those fine hotel, like if you're using that little perk, you get like a free breakfast. They give you like a credit to at the hotels, so it is nice. And if you don't have status, it will help you out a lot. So that's good. Let's see. All right. So if you guys have questions specifically for me, just put at TEC, and I'm gonna kind of skim through and see if there are any questions specifically for me, because I want to make sure I get down to the bottom here. Okay, Justin, thank you for stopping by the chat. Big fan of the content. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I agree with you. The United Explorer card needing some work. I only use the United booking at this point. Yeah, and I only use it for booking as well, Justin. They do need to make some changes, but I don't think they will. Most airline credit cards, they're all the same as far as earn possibility. They're not a card that you're going to pull out of your wallet and use a lot. But United will tie you into, okay, if you don't use our card when you're booking your airfare, then you're not going to get the check bag, free check bag. Most people get that card, like an airline branded card, because they want the free check bag. So that's kind of the clutch that they have on you when it comes to using the card. You have to use it for booking your airfare. So, and I'm fine with it. I'll use it. I'll use points, and then I'll use, for taxes and fees, I'll use that card for that. Dolly, let's see. Brian, I have party passes for Amex Platinum and Aspire, Citi Prestige, and the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I visited a Mexican restaurant, and I also visit the Centurion Lounge. Okay, so that's Dolly saying that. So she has pretty much lounge access everywhere. And she's got the Centurion lounges, which, yeah, you pretty much can get a lounge at any airport you go to. That's her setup. Okay. Pooped Head, what's going on, buddy? What's the point value difference between Hyatt points and Ultimate Reward points? I don't know the exact thing here. Most people use the TPG point evaluation. Let's see, and we'll see what they have as their point value here. I think we can pull it up. We'll have to wait for it to load. Okay, we'll move on. I'll try to get back to your question. I'm just going to pull it up here because I don't know the exact numbers. I know Ultimate Rewards is up at least 2 cents per point, Might be a little bit higher now. It fluctuates. It'll go up, down. So we'll see. I just don't know what the latest numbers show. Okay. But I'll get back to the question. I'm just going to let it load. What's going on, Hip? How you doing, buddy? Okay, so you guys are talking about different restaurants. Nika, what's going on? I'm leaving LAX and didn't have time to go to PF Chang's. Oh, man, you missed PF Chang's. That's good food. Good $30 credit there. Yeah, so I'm trying to pull it up, and it doesn't look like I can pull it up. I'd have to search for it, the point value here. I don't know why it's not just on their front page. Okay. And Nika saying that she took a weekend trip in LA. Cool. That's cool. Should have hit me up. I'm out here. Okay, so Gavin, thank you for stopping by. CJ, thank you for stopping by. And CJ saying he gets notifications late for the live streams. Is it just me? So CJ, what you want to do is, if you haven't hit the little bell notification and put notify for all events or anytime I post a video or put out a live stream, make sure that's clicked, and then you should get notified as soon as I go live. It should give you an alert that I'm on live. Okay. Okay, so David's saying I'm going to stay close to you at the DoubleTree at Doheny Beach. Doheny Beach, oh, Newport. Okay. Is this a nice area? Yes, it's a very nice area. Between Newport and San Clemente is pretty quiet. Newport's a little. It's more populated, I guess. This is the word, but really nice area. Yeah, Doheny Beach is nice. You'll have a good time there. I have not stayed at the DoubleTree there, but I'm just saying that area is very nice. All right. Okay. All right. So you guys are having a conversation. I don't know exactly what you guys are talking about. So Hibisha, thank you for stopping by. Joseph, thank you for stopping by. Eno, thank you for stopping by. Darren, thank you for stopping by. And Life for Business, good to see you. Jessica, good to see you. And let's see here. Let's see. Jessica's asking if we have not applied for a business card yet. What would you recommend as the first one we apply for? So it's going to depend on your ecosystem. So let's say you have cards kind of scattered. So you have some Amex cards, you have some Chase cards. Me personally, I would go with the Chase Ink cards, and I have all three of them right now. They are excellent cards. The sign-up bonus on those cards are really good compared to some of the other cards that are out there. For example, the Chase Ink Cash card, you get a 50,000 sign-up bonus. That's after spending, I think it's $3,000. I think it's $3,000 within the first 3 months. Then you can get the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card, and that card will get you another 50,000 sign-up bonus after spending anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 within the first month. or first 3 months, and then you can also get the Chase Inc. Business Preferred card. So that's a 80,000 sign-up bonus right now, and I think it's $5,000 within the first 3 months. But all excellent cards. The earn possibility on those cards are really good. The Chase Ink Cash, believe it or not, the Chase Ink Cash and the Chase Ink Unlimited, both those cards are zero annual fee, and you can get with the Chase Ink Cash, you get 5 points for every dollar spent if you're spending it on office supply stores as well as internet, cable, phone. Then you also get insurance too on your phone. So that's a no-brainer when it comes to, that's like the first card that I would get, the Chase Ink Cash card, and then I would work my way up that Chase ecosystem. As far as some of the other cards, I'm not too familiar with, like Capital One has a Spark card, and you have some different cards that are out there, business cards. But I just think the Chase ecosystem is a really good, they have a really solid business setup. And then what you can do is, just like with the Chase Freedom card, it's a cashback card. So the Chase Ink Cash card, that's a cashback card. The Chase Ink Unlimited, that's a cashback card. And it's equivalent to like the Chase Freedom and the Chase Freedom Unlimited. Those are both cashback cards. But if you have the Chase Ink Business Preferred card, it allows you the travel portal. So it allows you to transfer your points up. So I can transfer my points from the Chase Ink Cash card up to the Chase Ink Cash card up to the Chase Ink Business Preferred card, and then I can use it for travel. I can use the transfer partners if I want to do that. I can use the travel portal with the Ultimate Rewards program. So it just gives you so much more flexibility. So yeah, I highly recommend those cards. I have all three of them, as well as I got the United Explore business card. So there's some really good business cards with Chase. So I hope that helps. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so Flashpoints is saying the same thing. The Chase cards are for sure the route to go. Chase ecosystem. So life for business, booking hotels, flights, nightlife, all can be done at a better value than Amex. Okay, so you guys are talking about something else here. So Flashpoint has a question. Do you see Chase doing something with the Chase Sapphire Preferred if Amex refreshes the Tyree green card? And my only wish right now when it comes to Chase, that's not my only wish, but one of the things that I would hope that Chase realizes is that Chase Sapphire Preferred card is being trumped by the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and there's no reason to get that card anymore. So I would hope that they realize that and they revamp the card and they give us some good perks with the card. Different earn possibilities, so different categories. You don't have to have the same categories as the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Give us the grocery stores or something else just to make that card desirable, because at this point right now it's really not a desirable card. And anyone that is getting in the travel credit card game and they know the travel credit card game, no one's talking about the Chase Sapphire Preferred anymore. And I used to talk about it as, oh, this is a great card, a great starter card, but it's not even that anymore. I mean, especially with the Venture card that's out, the Venture card I think is a better beginner card than the Chase Sapphire Preferred. So I would hope that they realize it and that they can move forward with it and do something good with it. Okay. All right. So Vic, thank you for stopping by. Let's see. Do you think the Chase Sapphire Reserve would be a better card to complement my Amex Gold over the Chase Sapphire Preferred? I have a Freedom card and want to get the Chase Sapphire Reserve after the Ink Cash. I travel 2 to 3 times a year. Yes, I do think the Chase Sapphire Reserve is the card that you should be looking at. And like I just said, Chase Sapphire Preferred is really not. It's not. it's not the way that I would go. Plus, I mean, you get the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you're going to get the $300 credit, and then you'll have the Priority Pass. I think that's really a key there. If you have the Amex Gold, you can earn some points with Amex, and then you have, I think you said the Freedom cards. You have the Freedom cards, so you do have other cards that are in that Chase ecosystem. I just think that Chase Sapphire Reserve is going to give you some more benefits, or even consider the Amex Platinum too. That's still a good card. Amex Platinum with Amex Gold is a good combination as well. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. Okay. So CJ saying Chase Trifecta is the way to go if you are a time traveler, I think, but in our case, we don't fly more than twice a year, so we want Hilton Surpass, Chase Freedom, and Chase Sapphire Preferred. Okay. Yeah, I just, the way that I look at it, and look at it like, how can I say this? The way that I look at it, the difference between the Chase Sapphire Preferred and the Chase Sapphire Reserve, like the cost is what, $60. And the reason that I say that is because you're getting the $300 travel credit. And although you say, I only travel 2 to 3 times a year, well, only traveling 2 to 3 times a year, you're going to spend more than $300 on one of the trips. Maybe 2 nights at a hotel is $300. So you're going to get that value, that $300 credit. You're going to get that automatically with the traveling that you already do. So if you're looking at it along those lines, that's the way that I see those cards. So you have the Chase Sapphire Preferred right now. I would upgrade. Like I would upgrade to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. You're not going to get the sign-up bonus, but you can upgrade it. You're going to get the travel credit, which you can use that travel credit. Now it's a difference between before you're paying $95 every year. Now you're going to be paying effectively $150 every year, and you have a few more perks in your arsenal, some more tools in the toolbox. So when you go to the airport, now you can go to a lounge, you can go get a restaurant credit or what have you. So you have a little bit more to work with that card, and you're not paying much more. You're paying $60 more. So that's how I look at it. But I mean, I understand. There's some people that are just not comfortable going that route. $450 just sounds crazy. But when you look at it and you break it down, if you're getting the travel credit and you travel once, even if you travel once per year, and you realize, yeah, I spend more than $300 on that trip, well, you have a credit that's going to take care of that. So just something to think about. That's if you already have the Chase Sapphire Preferred and you're just like, eh. If you're justifying it by saying, yeah, I don't travel enough, but I have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, I don't travel enough, but you're still paying $95 annual fee, would you be comfortable paying an extra $60 and then using a travel credit? I guess that's the question. All right, let's see. Will Chase send me an email to upgrade a Chase Sapphire Preferred card, or will I have to call them? You're going to have to call them, Julio. So you will have to reach out to them or go into a branch if you have a branch nearby and just ask them, tell them your whole situation. You have a Chase Sapphire Preferred, you'd like to upgrade it to Chase Sapphire Reserve. How can you do that? And they're going to look at your account and they're going to say, okay, you have enough time. Usually they want you to have at least a year. So as long as you have enough time, then you can do that upgrade. Okay. Let's see. Nate and Jess, I would have asked you about renting an RV and Amex using UR points, but I know you are going Chase game right now. Wait. What's this question? What am I missing here? I would have asked you about renting an RV with the Amex UR points, but I know you are doing the Chase game right now. Yeah, renting RV. I think there was a question up above about that, and I went over that. I breezed over that question, so I don't think I'm understanding exactly what you're asking about. But I guess renting using points. I don't know. Let's see. Between $300 travel credit, Party Pass, 3 times points on travel, and global entry, it is a no-brainer, I think. So that's Vic saying that. Remember travel counts for gas, trains, buses, etc. For travel credits. That's life for a business. So, yeah, something else to consider too. Um, it's not just I'm traveling outside, and I talked about this a little bit earlier, but it's not just I'm traveling outside the world, the country, or traveling far. Like people think travel is somewhere when you're traveling somewhere far, but if you're using it for taxis or trains and stuff like that, then you can use that. Okay. Um, so and then he added gas there. David saying definitely not gas. When I use my travel credits, usually for like a hotel stay or something, and yeah, that's kind of how I use mine. Okay, so Nate and Jess, choosing between Chase Sapphire Preferred and Chase Sapphire Reserve is like choosing McDonald's or Burger King over Outback Steak or Bonefish Grill. Bonefish Grill. I have never heard of that place. I don't think we have one out in Southern California. This doesn't ring a bell. But yes, that's a good comparison, Nate and Jess, because you're looking at a card that doesn't give you that much, like like a Burger King or McDonald's, compared to like a full-on restaurant where you can get a lot more. So you can get a lot more. You're not going to spend that much more money. It's $60 difference between the two cards. So yeah, something to think about. So if you are on the fence, or if you have a Chase Sapphire Preferred right now, and you're interested in maybe upgrading to the Chase Sapphire Reserve, or you have a Chase Sapphire Preferred right now, and you're thinking, it's just not worth it. I don't want to pay that extra. I don't want to pay a $450 annual fee. I'm telling you, you can get the benefits out of that card to make it where you're not using any money out of pocket. You'll pay upfront, but you're going to get those benefits back in the long run. All right. All right. So you guys are having a conversation back and forth. Nate and Jess, RTC. Love my bad wording that question earlier. I was asking if it was possible for not to rent an RV using Amex points. Um, so to rent an RV using Amex points, I don't know if that's even possible. And I don't know if that's the question that you're asking. Is it possible? I was asking if it was possible. Yeah, I don't know of any place that will take like any RV. I don't rent RVs. Just put it that way. I don't rent RVs, so I don't know the answer to that question. I know if you do like a cashback, maybe you'll be able to work it that way. But other than that, I don't know how it would work. All right, we have a super chat. Thank you very much, Christopher, for the super chat. Let's see. Thank you for your videos. Very informative. I'm working on my credit. Currently 680. I'm about 6 months away from upgrading to the Venture card. I currently have a Quicksilver. Cool. So you have a 680. So you're in that ballpark. I mean, there are certain cards you can get. You can get some of the Chase cards, some of the Chase Freedom or Chase Freedom Unlimited. So the cashback cards, you can get some of those with the 680. So just something to think about. I don't know if you want to jump into the Chase ecosystem or not. Some of the American Express cards are a little bit easier to get as well, so you might want to look at some of those. But yeah, congratulations on the 680. Thank you for the super chat. And the Venture card is a very good card, especially if you're just getting started out with travel credit cards. That's a card that you want. I mean, the perks that card has, they're pretty amazing for a $95 annual fee card when they waive that annual fee for the first year, which is amazing to me. So you use a $95 annual fee. They're waiving it the first year. They're giving you global entry tax credit or global entry credit. So if you don't have global entry, you can get it. It's $100 credit. So you're getting a global entry for free, and you keep global entry for 5 years. So yeah, Venture card definitely, I think, is definitely a good card to have. I never ventured into the Capital One cards. I've always been with Chase, and I'll probably gravitate toward Amex in the near future. Like I said, I'm still holding out. I'm waiting to see what's going on with them as far as, are they going to do any promotions? Are they going to do anything about the restaurant credit? Are they going to offer something else? So we'll wait for that, and then at that point, I'll make a decision what I'll do with the American Express. I'm in no rush. I have plenty of points right now with Chase, and so my next trips that are planned, I have points for all those trips at all. So I'm going to Colombia in October, and then I'm going back to Colombia for Carnival in February. So those are my next two trips. I might throw a little trip in between, maybe December time around Christmas, and just go somewhere. But for the most part, yeah, you're on the right track, and getting the Venture card is a great card to get, and they have transfer partners now, so now you can really maximize your points with the Capital One cards. So, yeah, and let's see here, what else do we have? Nick, what's going on? I like to travel once or twice a year, fly economy, and stay at luxurious hotels. I can't seem to choose if I want a cashback setup or a point earning setup. So when you say a cashback setup, like what cards are you interested in? And then you're saying point earning setup. What exactly are you asking there? Or what exactly are you saying? Like what statement are you making? Point earning setup. So yes, there are plenty of cards that I have that where you can maximize your point earning, like the Amex Gold or even the Chase Sapphire Reserve. The cashback setup. So if you have a cashback setup, you're saying you want to fly. Let's see. Let's read the top part of your question. You travel once or twice a year, fly economy, and stay at luxurious hotels. So if you want to stay at luxurious hotels, your best bet is to transfer your points. So you don't want to do that cashback option, because you do the cashback option, you're going to pay out of pocket. I say out of pocket, but let's say you get a credit for $500. You have 50,000 points, so you get a credit for $500, right, to stay at a hotel. And let's just say that hotel every night is $250, right? So you want to stay 2 nights. You can stay 2 nights worth with that $250. Well, with that same value, you can transfer your points. And I'll talk about Chase, because you guys know I like Chase. So you have points in your Ultimate Rewards program. You transfer them over to Hyatt. You stay at one of Hyatt's higher end properties. Let's say it's 12,000 points to stay there, or even 20,000 points to stay there. And you're staying in a really luxurious hotel for 20,000 points. And it's only 20,000. So you can stay 2 nights and almost a third night there, compared to if you just had like a cashback option. And the cashback option, the way I look at it, it's 1 cent per point. So if you have 50,000 points, it's $500. And so that's where the transfer partners make more sense. So that being said, Chase Sapphire Reserve, Chase Sapphire Preferred, that kind of ecosystem setup, or the Amex Gold, Amex Platinum, that kind of ecosystem setup. If you want to go down and do the cashback, or even the Venture card, they have transfer partners too, not for hotels yet, but you can go down and kind of use with the Venture card. They have like the eraser tool. You can use that where they credit your account for whatever you spend. But you get better value if you can transfer those points directly over to the hotel. Because if I'm using points to book a night at a hotel, I'm usually getting better value than if I'm paying cash for that same purchase. Okay. Okay, so Mo, how you doing, buddy? He says, does Amex Gold have global entry? No, they don't offer global entry. So if you want global entry, Chase Sapphire Reserve, the Venture card, Amex Platinum, Citi Prestige, there are a few cards out there that will give you global entry. Some of the credit unions, you can check those. I know the U.S. Navy Federal Credit Union. I can't. I might be butchering that, but they have the global entry. So there are a lot of different cards that have global entry. You just need to read the it's not even really fine print because most cards will promote that if they offer you that global entry credit. But the best value right now is that venture card. So getting the venture card, you're going to get the best value. Now, understand Capital One, they pull from all three credit bureaus, so just be aware of that. So you're going to get a hard pull on all three. Not a big deal, but just so if you guys don't know, when you apply for a credit card and they do a hard pull, your credit will reflect. So it will drop a little bit, usually about 4 to 6 points. And then after about 2 to 3 months, it'll jump back up. And usually in my case, it jumps up even higher. So I might lose 4 or 5 points usually is what I show. And then I'll jump up to like 8 points, so it'll go from that drop and then I'll increase. Oh, how can I say this? So if I'm at 270, I drop down to 270. Wow. If I'm at 770 and I drop down to 765, then it'll jump back up to like 773 or something like that. So that's usually the pattern that my cards go, or my credit goes. Okay. Okay, so CJ is saying something for parents to know as their kids go off to college. We made our son an authorized user of one of our credit cards. He went from having no credit to having a 788 credit score in no time. Yes, that is really good, CJ. Just hopefully he can. Yeah, the authorized user is really, really powerful for a lot of people. For family members, it's really good if you want to help your kids, or even if you want to help your parents improve their credit. Having them an authorized user will help them do that. So that's good. So you start off on a real high note there with your credit. Okay. Okay, so Ultra Illusions, yeah, he's saying about the pulling from all three credit agencies. And then Life for Business, so you guys are talking about the Capital One setup. Only 2 credit cards. I have Quicksilver and the Spark Business. I don't use them, and I keep them because they're my oldest cards. Yeah, you want to keep that old card. So you really don't want to cancel cards. If you can keep the card, keep the card. You want to keep that credit limit open. But definitely, if it's your oldest card, you want to keep that card and that account open, even if you're not using it anymore, because it establishes your credit history. So you want to have the longer your history, the better your credit score is going to be. Okay, Champ, what's going on, buddy? Sorry I'm late, David. Quick question. When do you use your Hyatt card versus your Chase Sapphire Reserve or your Chase Inc. Business Preferred for hotel bookings, or is a Hyatt just a sock drawer card? I always use my Hyatt card if I'm staying at Hyatt. So you're saying hotel bookings, if it's a Hyatt hotel booking, I'm using my Hyatt card because I can get a total of 9 points for every dollar spent. So I'm getting the 5 points for the membership. Just being a World of Hyatt member, I get 5 points for that if I use the card, and then I get an additional 4 points for using the card when I book my stay. So I'll always use my Hyatt World of Hyatt card. Now, if it's booking at another hotel, then yes, I'm going to use the Chase Sapphire Reserve because that's when I can get the most value there. So that's the way that I go. Okay. All right, guys. Any other questions? Please feel free to put it in the chat. And also, if you have not done so, please like the video so we can promote it out to more people. And Ron Shaw, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Really appreciate it. And hopefully you enjoy the content. That's why you subscribe, and we have more content coming out. So also make sure you hit that little bell notification so you can get notified anytime I go live. I usually go live on Saturday and Monday, And then I also do live streams kind of random, just like today. So Sunday I do a live stream. So it's not always, it's always on Saturday and Monday, but then you might be able to see me doing a live stream at other times. So hit the bell notification, that way you'll be sure to get it when it comes out. Okay. What do you think about the Amex Platinum Business Card? Let's see. Why does it exist? Oh, you said plum. I said platinum. I just see it and think platinum automatically. I don't know what to think about that card, to be honest with you. I think did we look at that card before? Yeah, I think we looked at that card before. Oh, we just looked at the design of the card. Let's pull that card up. Let's pull it up and see what it looks like here. And like I said, I haven't really gotten too much into I haven't gotten into the Amex cards. But as far as business, maybe I should get a couple of Amex cards right now. But let's see. Let's see what this card's all about. People are saying it's gross. Okay, let's see how gross it is. Okay. All right, let me pull this up so we can all join in on the fun. I have the wrong screen open. Let's do this. Oh. All right, you guys are seeing all my inner workings here. All right. That should be it, right? No. No, I'm not pulling the screen up. All right, there we go. Had to move the screens around. Now, here we go. Here's the plum card. 2 unique monthly payment options. Okay, so you get 1.5 early pay discount. Oh yeah, this is that card. All right, I think I looked at this a little bit, went over it a little bit. So yeah, so if you pay it within Pay within 10 days, you get the 1.5% discount. Yeah, this is not a card I would recommend. I've learned a little bit about this card, but you do have that flexibility payment. So if you do have like a business, and let's say you're not getting let's say you need a little bit more time to pay off your bill. Let's say you buy a bunch of merchandise and they do 30 days out, so they're not going to pay you until 30 days, but you've already delivered the product and all that, and you're waiting for their payment so you can pay off your credit card. Well, they have more flexibility when it comes to that, so you can use the charge. Is it a charge card or credit card? They just call it a card here. It's probably a charge card, but anyway, you have a little bit more time to make that payment. But if you do pay it early, they give you 1.5%, which is not good, because really you can use pretty much any other card and get better than that. So it's not the best setup. But the benefit of this card is if you can't pay it all off in that month and you have to wait a little bit. So if you do have a business and you do have to do that, then it makes sense. But as far as earning for travel and points and stuff like that, yeah, this is not a card that I would recommend. There are no foreign transaction fees though, so that's good. But yeah, not too many benefits with the card. And then you're going to have a 0 introductory fee, so you don't have to pay anything in the first year, but then it's $250 fee after that. You don't have to pay any fees or any annual fee for additional cards for employees, so that's good. But yeah, not one I would recommend. No, I think I would. I think I would pass on this one. But I think it does exist because it gives you more flexibility when it comes to payments. So if you have a business, I think it will help some business owners in that aspect. All right. And then understand too, not everyone is really interested in travel credit cards and the whole travel, getting points and all that. So points to some people are just extra. And if you can wait that 60 days to make your payments, some businesses can really benefit from that. Okay. Okay, so David's saying the same thing there. Uh, so Flashpoint's asking me if I ever see myself relaxing on a Southwest Airlines flight. I I haven't flown Southwest in years, and the last flight that I took, it was fine. Like I don't have any issue flying with Southwest. Well, I do have an issue, but it's not the plane, it's not the customer service, it's just the whole seating arrangement. I want to be able to choose my seat. That's just the way I like to fly. So I don't want to be in a situation where I get on the plane late and I don't have anywhere to sit. Or I have somewhere to sit, but I have to sit in the middle seat and all that. So that's my whole deal with Southwest. Okay. All right, Altered Illusions. My oldest card is 7 years old, but my AOA is 2.5. How concerned should I be about my God, the AOA lower if I'm thinking about new cards? Uh, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Like you're thinking about new cards. I think there are much more things, other things that you should be concerned with. Like I wouldn't worry too much about that. And it depends on how many cards you're looking at getting. Like, are you getting a bunch of cards? Are you just gonna kind of get card here and there? But yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it. And ultimately, they're looking at your FICO score anyway. Your FICO score is going to increase over time with the history of your credit, as long as you don't have any major dings or you don't have any late payments or anything like that. Then you should be fine. Let's see. Okay, so Nate and Jess is saying that, and this is to Flashpoint Capital. Yeah, Southwest Airlines is best if you're traveling with kids, and they don't have baggage fees, right? Like, I think you get a free bag with a Southwest, which is good. That's a good thing. And then they have the companion pass too, which I always forget to mention, so that's good. Okay, Robert, how you doing? How do I rack up over 200,000 miles if I open up a Chase Sapphire Reserve for 60,000 points? Then 6 months later, Citi AA for 50,000 points. What can I do after that to keep going? So my advice when it comes to these cards, I made this mistake that you're doing here is you have the Citi, I guess the Premier card, the 50,000 sign up bonus, the 50,000 points on that card, and then you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, 60,000 points on that card, but those ecosystems don't work together. So now you're going to have to find a way to transfer your points in order to book something. So if you have those 60,000 points of the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you can transfer them over to the British Airways, what's it, Avios or whatever their miles are. Send it over there and then try to fly on American Airlines that way, because American Airlines and British Airways are partners. But my advice is to try to keep it in that same ecosystem if you can, because it just gives you more power. And then build a separate ecosystem with Citi. So that's the way that I would go about it. So with Chase, right now you want to build it over 200,000 miles. You have the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Let's just hold off on the Citi Advantage card that you have right there. But look at if you qualify for business, a sole proprietor. If you're making any money outside of work, your regular job, you can qualify to be a sole proprietor. And you have 3 cards right there that you can get that are going to jump you'll go over 200,000 right? 60. So you have 60,000 with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. You'll get 80,000 with the Chase Inc. Preferred card. So 80,000, 60,000, 140,000 there. Then you'll get 50,000 with the Chase Inc. Unlimited card. So that is 190,000. And then if you get the Chase Inc. Cash card, then you'll have another 50,000 sign-up bonus. So that'll put you at 240,000 points. So that's an easy way to get up there if you want to go that route. You can also look at the Chase Freedom card. If you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you're not going to be able to get the Chase Sapphire Preferred, so that's kind of going to be off the table. But you can go with the Chase Freedom card. That's 150,000 sign-up bonus, so you'll get, did I say 150,000? $150 sign-up bonus, so you'll get 15,000 points for that. And then you can look at the United card. The United card's going to get you 50,000 points. Or actually, no, I think it's 40,000 points now. If you get the business version, you can get, I got 75,000 points with the business version that I have. So there are ways to work it out. And then the World of Hyatt card, 25,000 points for the first 3 months after spending, was it $3,000? I think $3,000 within the first 3 months, you'll get 25,000. And then if you spend another $3,000 within the next 3 months, then you'll get an additional 25,000. So you can work that up, that angle as well. But the easiest angle to work are the business cards. Those Chase Inc. business cards are the best way to go about it. And that will easily get you over 200,000. And you have all the points in one ecosystem. So now I have the most power when I can use them in the same ecosystem. And then from there, then you can work into the Citi ecosystem if you want to do that, or go over to the American Express ecosystem. And we have the 524 rule, so you want to get those Chase cards first if you possibly can. That way you won't run up against that 524 issue. Instead of jumping to get different cards out of, go get some Barclay cards, Citi cards, American Express cards, then you'll be taking a lot of slots. Okay. And Flashpoint Capital saying you get 2 free bags plus 1 carry-on, 1 carry-on per person. Family boards second before B group. Okay, I didn't know that. Families board second, huh? They don't charge extra for strollers or car seats if it's checked. Okay. Yeah, I don't have a family, so I don't even think I don't think along those lines. But yeah, that's definitely a good deal. Okay, so CJ's saying, what do you think is the best way to go about redeeming Chase points to get the best value? Well, the thing that's crazy about it is like there are a variety of different ways, and sometimes you get lucky and you can find a loophole here, a loophole there. So I can't tell you definitively this is the best way to redeem. I can tell you, and Flashpoint put it on here, Hyatt is a good value for the most part. You're gonna make out really well using your points with Hyatt property. When it comes to airlines, it's gonna be hit and miss. You have to do your research. United, get on United's website and look to see when they have some good bookings. If you're like me and you like to fly business class and first class whenever possible, look for those sweet spots. Sometimes you'll find some really good value with that, but you have to do your research, and you're going to have to get part of it's research, and then part of it's also just being lucky, getting in there at the right time, or having a trip that you have booked at the right time where you can say, okay, I want to fly it on this time, and then you look at it and it all works, and the points are a good value and all that. So yeah, you're going to have to just do some research. Shaq O'Neal, what's going on? He's saying hit the like button. So please do hit the like button, and please subscribe to the channel. We are here every Saturday and every Monday. And then I also put out videos every day. So I have a new travel related video every day. So please hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell notification so you get future updates on my videos. And if you hit the subscribe button right now, I'll be able to give you a shout out because I'll see that you pop up on the screen, and, and I'll be able to put it out to the world that you subscribe to the channel. So I appreciate it. Let's see, TEC, you put on those Hyatt Place Love Hello 5,000 point free breakfast. Yes, yes. I put him on too. Yeah, and that's one of the properties I really like, Hyatt Place, because you get the free breakfast, and they're nice. They're nice. It's a nice stay. Okay, it's not luxurious, but it's a solid room, clean, nice bed. They have a little sitting area with the couch that pulls out to another bed. So if you have a family and you know, say it's 4 or 5 people in the family, you have plenty of room for to sleep and plenty of room to just kind of hang out and lounge and all that. You're not, you know, in a small confined space. So Hyatt Place does a really good job of that. And then the free breakfast, like I said, it's it's ideal. It is the best thing. Okay, David, TC, every time I go to the Hyatt for any city, I never see a single room for 5,000 points. So all the rooms for 5,000, David, are the category 1s. So depending on where you live, I know there are a lot in Texas. California, I don't think we have any category 1 hotels or Hyatt Place hotels. Or I won't even say Hyatt Place. I don't think we have any category 1s in California, but I can rattle off, if I can pull it up. Yeah, I wasn't able, sorry, I know that someone asked a question about the point value. Let's see, maybe I can just type that in. Point value for Hyatt. Yeah, we'll see. All right, so we'll do that. And then I'm also gonna pull up, just give me 1 second here. Pull up, and we'll see what those are. But there are plenty. They're not everywhere, but there are a lot of category 1s, believe it or not. And let's go off that first. We'll pull this screen up so we can all take a look here. Now, the Hyatt doesn't always, and then this is one thing, one of my pet peeves about Hyatt, not every hotel will have free rooms. So sometimes you'll run into a situation where you can't use your points, and I don't like that. It does happen from time to time, but for the most part, in my experience, I'm usually able to use points or points plus cash or something like that. All right, so these are all category 1 here. So all category 1 hotels. So throughout, so you have a couple in Canada and Ontario, and then this place here, I don't even know where that is. And then here we go. So we have in the U.S. So these are all the properties here. So you have a bunch in North Carolina. Usually they're Hyatt Place or Hyatt House. The difference between Hyatt Place and Hyatt House has the kitchen, so it's more of like a long-term stay. That's how that's set up. So you have the kitchen in there, so you have even more space in there. Those are nice. The Hyatt Place or the Hyatt House they're nice. So Arkansas. So we do have one in Delano, in California. Then Colorado, you have one. That's a Hyatt House in Connecticut. So these are all 5,000 points. Every hotel here. So, like I said, you have to look on the website. They might not offer 5,000 points at the time, but these are all in that category. And every year they rotate, or not rotate. Every year they might change. So you might have more on this list. It's not the list can vary. So you see there are a lot of properties here. Okay, you even have the Caribbean, Latin America. You have a few. Colombia, coming soon. God, they need to come a lot faster than that. So they're going to have a Hyatt Place in Bogota, which I'm pretty excited about because you guys know I love to go to Colombia. So, and this is a good example of the setup. Now, like I said, pretty much any Hyatt, with the exception of the one that I stayed in Thailand. I stayed at a Hyatt in Thailand, a Hyatt place, and it was a regular hotel setup. And this was a newer property, but it was more of, it was just like a hotel, like a regular hotel style, where you just have this area here where you have the bed. You don't have this. They didn't have a little sitting area over here. So that was the only hotel that, only Hyatt place that I stayed at that was that kind of setup. But all the other ones, they have this setup here where you'll have this little pull out here. This pulls out to a bed. So you have a little sitting area here, and the TV, I think the TV is right here, but it's on a swivel, so it'll swivel out so I can still be on the couch and watch TV. You have your little desk here so you can do your work if you need to do that. And then you have this separate area, and you have a little divider here. And you have a separate area where you can sleep, and then you have the bathroom, and everything is back in this corner over here. So this is pretty, I mean, I'm telling you, this is like the setup. Every time I go to a Hyatt place, I'm in this same setup here. So, yeah, they'll be having one at in Bogota really soon. They need to get this going. I haven't even looked at when this is gonna launch, but yeah, I will. I'll stay there definitely. And they have, the reason why it's a category 1 as opposed to category 2, 3, whatever, they kind of rate what they have, the amenities. So you have the hotel, all the hotels are obviously going to have a bed and, all the basic amenities, but they don't have like a full-on restaurant there, okay? So you can eat like at the bar if you want. Some Hyatt places will bring food up to you, kind of like the traditional room service, but some of them will require you to come down and pick up your food and then go back up to your room. And you're just going down to the bar. That's where they make all the food there. But you see, they have the gym, business center. So they have pretty much everything that a regular hotel, or it is a regular hotel, but the more amenities that the hotel offers, then that's when they bump up the categories. So that's how they justify all that. But they're plenty. I mean, they're plenty. Costa Rica, I stayed in this one. Actually, you know what? I think this one was more of a traditional too. This is more of a traditional hotel style. I don't think this had that same divider. Oh no, it did have the divider. Okay. Yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, I stayed in this one. This one was really nice because you see here, you go in, it's kind of weird the way it's set up, but this is a shopping center right here. And you go into the hotel right here. So right on the side, and you just go right in there. You take an elevator, you go up, and now you're in the hotel here. But you're attached to the shopping center, which is great because you can go eat. We went, you can't really see it. There's a El Salvadorian restaurant right here. Excellent food. We ate there probably 3 or 4 times the time that we were there. And then they have a Walmart that's right behind here, so you can go to Walmart and get all your essentials. They have a Denny's. This is Denny's right here, so you can go in Denny's. They had a McDonald's right in the same little shopping center. So really good setup here. You have everything that you would need in this small little shopping center. So that was a good trip. And that room, I think it was like $50 a night. It was very reasonable. So they have some in Honduras. So just going down the list here. Turkey, Africa, Russia, Egypt, Asia, a lot in Asia. Look at all these. Wow. Yeah. Thailand. This is the one I stayed here in Phuket. So this was a nice one. But like I said, it was more of a traditional style hotel. But the beauty of this is they had a little balcony, so you could sit out on the balcony. And they had a nice pool here. This was a really nice pool. And this is facing Patong Beach, so this is facing the water. Now the water, it's about a 3 to 4 minute walk to get to the beach, so it's not like right on the water. But from your hotel room, if you're facing this way, you can see the water. The only thing about this hotel, and this is an exclusive. I stayed at the Hyatt Regency when I was in Thailand. They don't have a lot of elevators. They have I shouldn't say it. They have elevators, but they also have where you have to go upstairs. And so this setup, you have to walk in like down here, down in this corner here. This is where the lobby is. So you go up from the lobby, you come here, you go up the steps here, you come around here, you go up steps here, then you come here, you go up the steps, and then there's an elevator right here. And then it'll take you up to the rest of the floors. So you have to walk through. So if you have your luggage and all that stuff, they have to take you on a little go-kart or a little golf cart and take you around the back. And they'll roll you up around the back, and then they'll bring you up to this level here where you can catch the elevator and go up from there. So yeah, it's just a little weird. They don't have like a elevator. In the way it's designed, they can't really have an elevator that will take you all the way up. You have to go up these steps before you can get there. So, but it was nice. I had a good time. See, like I'm saying, the traditional, it's just like a traditional hotel room. So you don't have that extra little area where you can sit down and a couch and everything. I guess they have this little corner here, but other than that, they don't have like a little pull-out couch over here. But perfect location, $50 a night, and you're 3 minutes from the beach. You can just walk out right out to Patong Beach. So it's a good setup. And you're actually, this is a different room. This is a corner room. So this is a nicer room. This is not the regular room. And like I said, you can sit on your balcony, you can see the water from there. But yeah, you can easily walk to the beach from where you are, and Bangalore Road, which is right there off Patong Beach. So if you guys are familiar with Thailand, or if you're going to Thailand, this is a really good place to go and to stay. And the food was good too. They had a nice spread of food. The breakfast was really good. So you guys got me on the Hyatt, so I'm going to talk about it. But yeah, great location. This is kind of your view too. So you're sitting back, and then you walk down this street right here, and then it takes you right out to the water. So that's how it's all laid out there. But really good place. And they will bring the food to you. So if you order room service, they'll bring it up to you. Because I ordered room service a few times. And a little hidden secret, not really a hidden secret, it's not a secret, but if you have the World of Hyatt card, it makes sense to order food at the hotel or go to the restaurants at the hotel, because you can get 9 points for every dollar spent. So you're not going to get that on very many cards at a restaurant. So it does make sense to either order room service every once in a while. And usually when I stay, I will go out and eat at the different restaurants in the city that I'm in. But I also do order room service because I think it makes sense to get that 9 points for every dollar spent. Okay, and so so India, you see all the different ones in India. So they're there. They're there, David. They're out there. China, I haven't gone out in China yet. I've been to China, to the airport in China, but I haven't gone anywhere in China. But look, you can see they have Category 1 Hyatt Regencies in China. So that is worth noting. And a lot of them are new. See all these new? Coming soon, new. Malaysia, Indonesia, Nepal. Wow. Mexico, you have a few there. La Paz, Los Cabos. You have a few Hyatt Regencies there as well. And then in Texas, for whatever reason, Texas has the most Category 1s there. So you see they even have a couple of Hyatt Regencies here too. But you see all of the Hyatt Place, Hyatt House Category 1s there. So if you live in Texas and you want to stay in a Category 1, then or if you're traveling to Texas and you want to stay in a Category 1, they are all over. All right, so I hope that helps, David, when it comes to the Category 1s, and they're all 5,000 points. And then when you go up to, I'll show you the list here. Actually, let's flip back to the screen here. So just looking at the breakdown here, when it comes to Category 1s, it's going to be 5,000 points for a free night. Category 2s, 8,000 points for a free night. Category 3, 12,000 points, and then on down the line. Category 4 is 15,000 points. So Category 4 is probably That's going to be your Hyatt Regencies and some of your Andaz properties. So you're going to have some really nice properties that are at that category 4 level. And then as you work your way up, like I stayed category 6, so I stayed at the Grand Hyatt, which is a category 6. That's 25,000 points. These are really high-end properties. Okay, so you're looking at 25,000 points. That's crazy, and 30,000 points or 40,000 points. These are high-end. These are Maldives, and these are the real high-end properties. So that's where you're going to be putting your points. I believe there are a total of 8, category 8. How many? Oh, there's more than that. Okay. These are all new. But these, just so you can get an example of how far your points go, these are the resorts and the category 8 hotels. So, yeah, it just gives you an idea. Let's look at Jamaica just to see what it looks like. But yeah, this is going to be your 40,000 point setup here. So yeah, but those are the like I said, those are the high end properties you go on a honeymoon or something like that to. Turks and Caicos. I think Flashpoint was talking about that. Turks and Caicos. Yeah, and I don't know anything about Turks and Caicos, but yeah, they don't even really show anything. What are they showing me here? Okay, that's the property. I need to see more. Oh wow. Okay, yeah. That looks very exclusive. Wow, look at that. You can pull that whole thing out and you're right there on the beach. Pretty nice. So this is what 40,000 is going to get you. Very, very nice. Wow. So you have the little bungalows. That's really nice. Okay, let's get back here. Let's see if there's any other questions, guys. So yeah, they're out there, and all you need to do is if you want to just find out, and all I did was typed in the search, and I just searched for category 1 hotel, Hyatt hotels, and that's what it brought up. So it's not too hard to find the value there. And I can't find that. I'm going to have to get back to, I know someone asked about the question of the value of points. I don't see the TPG evaluation, or maybe this is it right here. Do the monthly evaluation. Yeah, this is it here. Let's see here. Okay, we're going to pull this up real quick so you guys can look at this. So this is very important. So a lot of people will talk and tell you, oh, well, I get 150,000 mile or 150,000 points with my Hyatt car or with my Hilton sign-up bonus and this and that, and they're thinking, oh wow, this is great. I have to get this card because it gives you more value than, let's say I get a Hyatt card and I'm only going to get a total of 50,000 points and I have to spend $6,000 to do that within that 6-month period. So this is the difference. You have to look at the points. And so TPG, do they do this every month or every 6 months? Let's see, what are the points miles worth? July, okay. I don't know exactly how often they do this, but they will do this from time to time where they'll do this evaluation, and or they call it valuation. They'll tell you how much they think these points are worth. So it's important to know what the points are worth. And so we'll move down. So like, look, example, the Advantage card. So you have the American Airline points. They're valuing those points at 1.4 cents per point. So then you look at Alaska. So Alaska points, 1.8 cents per point. Now, I know Chase is usually around 2.2 cents per point. So it just kind of gives you an idea of, okay, if I have these points, how much are they really worth? And so in the long run, if you have 100,000 points and they're 1.4 cents per point, then you have what, 1,400, like $1,400 dollars. So that's how you can calculate it. All right, so American Airlines membership rewards 2 cents per point. That's pretty much where they are. And then they also show you two here. So June 2019, July 2018. So they'll just kind of show you the breakdown there of the different time periods. Okay, Amtrak guest rewards. All right, 2.5. Ooh, that's good for Amtrak. Avianca, I like to fly to Colombia a lot. Avianca, 1.7 cents per point, so that's not bad. Avios miles, 1.5. Bank of America. Okay, so and a lot of people talk, oh, well, the Bank of America card, this is a great card to get. Look at all the points I can get and the value and all that. Well, looking at the value, you're gonna get primarily 1 cent per point, which is in my eyes not the greatest value. Okay. All right, and we were going to look at Hyatt, so we'll work our way down. Okay, so the ultimate reward points, it's 2 cents per point. And look, back last year it was 2.1 cent per point. So it's at the same level as American Express is how they're ranking the points here. Citi Thank You points, so all the people who have the Citi Prestige, Citi Premier, those cards, 1.7 cents per point. That's the evaluation there. Delta Sky Miles 1.2, Discover, and that's why I say like you have more power when you have these cards that have the transfer partners and the travel portal. You just get more value, and there's more power in that. So like the Discover card, a lot of people think, oh, I have the Discover It travel card. This is a great card, and I get 5 points for every dollar spent on this and all that. You're getting 1 cent per point generally with that. So yeah, just. You have to kind of look at everything. Now, this evaluation is TPG's evaluation, so this is not the Bible, but they do a really good job of valuing these points. So it's not, or I should say evaluating these points, so it's not like this isn't just someone that's just putting numbers together. Like they do the research to bring these points out. So Hilton Honors, so like we were saying, you get these sign-up bonuses, 150,000 sign-up bonus, and they say, oh, no, that's great. Well, if you look at the value, you're getting 0.6 cents per point. Okay, that's the value with the Hilton. So you can get a lot of points. You might be able to earn a lot of points, but you do need to take it in consideration that those points, the value of those points aren't as high as some of the other hotel chains. And then like IHG's even lower, so 0.5. So if I have points in my Ultimate Rewards program, do I really want to transfer? Like if I have the Ultimate Reward points, the Chase, 2 cents per point, do I really want to transfer that value, 2 cents per point, down to an IHG property, which they're partners, so I can do that, and it goes from 2 cents per point to 0.5 cents per point, to half a cent per point. Do I really want to do that? Probably not. So that's why, and people have asked me before, you want to get an IHG, or should I get an IHG card? And my answer, if you have the Chase ecosystem, probably not. It doesn't really make much sense because let's say I get the IHG card and I get 100,000 sign-up bonus, and those 100,000 points are gone. Am I going to continue? I mean, depending on how much I can earn with that card, am I going to continue using that card over time? Because anytime I don't have enough points with IHG, I need to make a transfer, and I'll need to take it from the Ultimate Reward points, transfer them into IHG, and I'm losing a lot of value by doing that. So that's why that card is not on my radar. It's not because of the hotels, because IHG is one of the largest hotel chains in the world, so they have a large reach, and it makes sense to stay in an IHG property because they're all over. But transferring your points, it's not that, the value is not good. So that's why I stay away from them. Okay, so JetBlue, 1.3 cents per point, Korean Air 1.7, Marriott Bonvoy, so 0.8 cents per point. Okay, so that's another situation. You have Marriott, they're partners with Chase, Ultimate Rewards. I can transfer my points directly over to Marriott. Do I want to do that? because if I have 2 cents per point with Ultimate Rewards, do I want to transfer it and lose more than half the value just by transferring it over to Marriott? All right, and we were gonna go to Hyatt. Did I pass Hyatt? I think I passed Hyatt. We'll work our way back up. So United mileage, 1.3. Okay, same thing. I'm losing value, but it's not as much, and it makes sense for me if I'm topping it off. So I can transfer points over to top it off for a flight. And now, if I am transferring points over, and this is another thing I should have mentioned this too, you can still get better value. So especially with the airlines, because I can transfer points over and hit a sweet spot and find a good value, fly business class, and I transfer those points over, but then I'm getting like value of 3 or 4 cents per point because I've transferred the points over and I'm booking a good Saver Award seat. So yeah, you can still get value. Now, the Wells Fargo 1.5, it's just pretty good with Wells Fargo there. All right, here we go. World of Hyatt, 1.7. So the question, if whoever asked that question, is 1.7 cents per point. So is that comparable to Chase? Chase is at 2 cents per point, very close, right? The best value when it comes to hotels out of all of them. Okay, Wyndham, I haven't stayed at Wyndham, 1.1 cents per point. So just to give you guys an idea of how, and this is how I work. So this is how I kind of look at things. I go off TPG because, like I said, they've done a lot of the legwork for you. And so you can see the value there. So that's kind of how I do my thing. Delta Sky Miles, I think we went over that one. So they even have some on here that we probably don't. Can't remember staying at a Choice Hotel, but if you do stay at Choice Hotel, they even have them on there, 0.6 cents per point. So just gives you an idea of kind of how to figure out how much points are really worth, and how to figure out if you're using too many points in certain areas. All right, let's jump into the chat here, and let's see what else we have here. All right, guys. Let's see. If you guys have any other questions, James, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Let's see. I was at dinner, just left, missing a lot of your show today. No worries, buddy. No worries. Thanks for stopping by. HD chillin', what's going on, buddy? Can't ever beat $50 a night beachfront. Yeah, you can't. It's not quite beachfront, but it's close. It's close enough. It's the best setup in that Hyatt place in Thailand, because you're off the beach, so you don't have to deal with all the traffic. You don't have to deal with all the noisy people, and you're off the road from the Bangla Road is where they have all the bars and clubs and all that. So you're a little ways away from that. You're about 5 minutes away, a 5-minute walk, but you don't hear all the music and all that stuff. So you're in a secluded area. You're up at the top of like a hill, and so it's a really good setup. You can walk down to this stuff, but when you go back up to your room, it's pretty quiet. You don't have a lot of distractions and stuff, so it's good. All right, man, I missed a few things here. Let me back up here. Okay, so here we're with David talking about the 5,000 points. Okay, 5,000 points and free breakfast is a steal. So that's Nate and Jess saying that. Yeah, I'm telling you, they're worth it. Those hotels are worth it. And like I said, when I stayed, when I stayed in Thailand, I didn't use points. And I didn't use points because it was, like I said, the value, 1 cent per point, pretty much. It was $50 a night, so I didn't use points there. When I stayed in Costa Rica, and I'm remembering now because I forgot, but when I stayed in Costa Rica, I actually used points, but I did the points plus cash, okay? And basically, I used points on my end, and then my buddy, because it was me and my buddy stayed in the same room, my buddy paid cash, so we just kind of split it up that way. So I was just using points for my stay. It was a category 1, points plus cash. I can't remember what it was, like 25 2,500 points, or I think it was 2,500 points a night or something like that, plus the cash. And the cash was like, I think it was like $50 or something. So, yep, it was a good deal. And let's see here. Okay. Okay, so Champ is asking, can you remind me which island you stayed on while you were in Hawaii? Booking a trip for me and my girl. Any recommendations? Okay, so when I was in Hawaii, I've stayed at 3 different places in Hawaii total. Like I go back to Hawaii back and forth, but I always stay in Kauai. When I go to Hawaii, I always stay at Kauai at least some of the time. Kauai is different. Okay, it's a different type of lifestyle. So Kauai is more laid back. If you want to go to a place where you can just relax and not have the hustle and bustle going on all around you, Kauai is that spot. But you have to understand, things close early there. So you're not going to have the clubs and the bars and all that nightlife and stuff. It's more of a place just to go to dinner, 7, 8 o'clock, come back, relax for the rest of the night. Most things will be closed at around 7 or 8. Yeah, so that's kind of the way it is. Very local vibe. So when I say local vibe, I mean there are tourists there, obviously, but it's more of a local feel when you're there, and people are just relaxed and laid back. Okay, so and there's only like 2 major roads that go around. They don't even go around the complete island, but they kind of there's like a C shape. I stayed in Kapa'a, that area. My parents have a timeshare there, so that's where we stayed. And then at the last day, I stayed at the Grand Hyatt, which is up above Lihue. I can't remember exactly the area that I was in, but it was a very nice area. So yeah, that's where I stayed, Kauai. Now, if you want the hustle and bustle and the big city life and all that, go to Oahu, stay in Waikiki Beach. You'll have all that. It's all there. You have you have everything there in Honolulu, and they have the clubs and the bars and stuff stays open late, and you'll get all that. If you want a little bit of both, go to Maui. Maui has a little bit of both, where you can have the clubs and the nightlife, but you can also go to some areas where it's pretty calm and quiet. So yeah, that would be my recommendation. I don't know what hotel you're staying in or what hotel you're considering staying in. I haven't stayed in too many hotels there. I did stay in Oahu. We stayed in the Hilton, kind of like they have the Hilton like Village or something they call it. So we stayed there for a couple of nights. That was nice, but it's a big tourist trap, and everything is expensive there. Then the last time that I stayed in Honolulu for a couple of nights this last trip, and we stayed at a Hyatt Place. Believe it or not, they have Hyatt Place there, and that one was, I used points, and man, actually I used free nights. I had free nights saved up, so I was able to use my free nights. I didn't have to use points at all. So I don't even know how much the rooms were going for, to be honest with you. But it was good. It was a good stay, and it was like a Hyatt Place, but it was a high rise. It was a high rise building, older building, not the newest, most modern. So it was a little older, but they did still have kind of the same setup with the couch and the pull-out couch and stuff like that. So it was good, and free breakfast and all that. So that was good. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully I answered your question. But those are the 3 places that I've stayed. I haven't stayed on Kona Island before, so I can't speak on that or any of the other places in Hawaii. Okay, CJ, 8,000 points at Hyatt DFW Airport. Okay, that's cool. And let's see. Hyatt's website, never even found a single Category 1 hotel starting to think they are a myth at this point. No, I just showed you all of them, David. I know you probably posted that before I pulled it all out. There's a Category 1 in Jacksonville near Pittsburgh Airport in Colorado. Yeah, the easiest thing to do is not, and I don't know how you search, David, like if you go on Hyatt and you just kind of search by city and then you just look for them. But it's easy just to go to their list, just like I did. Just pull up their list, category ones, and you can hit the little tab down, go to category ones, category twos, category threes, and you can find all of them that you're looking for. David said he wants to get rid of his nasty UR points. All right. Let's see. I found that they're real, but I only found them in Dallas and Houston. I'll take them. DC. Post a link. Yeah, I can post a link, I guess. Do I have it here? I closed out the screen. Just I closed out the screen already. Just go to the search. That's all you have to do. Category ones. They'll show up. Trust me. Okay. I'll let you take me out to Cheesecake Factory so you can use your Amex Gold dining credit. What are you guys talking about here? All right. Champ's asking about the LAX Interior Lounge. I don't know when it's opening. They said it was going to be 2019. Then I heard that it'll be early 2020. So I don't know exactly when they're going to launch that and open that up. Okay, then Julio's talking about the one at JFK. It's supposed to be the largest one. And Nate and Jess, really nice Hyatt in Daytona Beach Shores. Julio's saying Flashpoint. Okay, you guys are talking back and forth. So let me move on down and see what we have here. Any questions? Any questions specifically for me? Just put at TEC. And also, if you have not hit the like button, please do so we can get at least 50 likes on this video. That way they will continue to promote this after our live stream, as well as promote it right now. Oh, there we go. Michael, still talking points. Yes, we are. What's going on, Michael? And then Michael's saying TBG is a good quick reference, even goal, but I do my own evaluation based on what I do with my points. That's a way to go. I look at TBG as a guide, and then I will kind of evaluate each situation and determine if I think it's a good value. And Michael's asking if I'm still on the road. I don't know if you're talking about me or David, but yeah, I think you're talking about David because she said, "Hey, David." Okay. So like I said, anything specifically for me, just put at TEC. And Andre and Andre, what's going on? I knew I missed you guys. I thought I saw you in the scroll. So for those of you guys who don't know, Andre and Andre, they do have a channel, a YouTube channel. So please consider going over to their channel and checking them out. You have Andre. He is an American that moved to Cali, Colombia. He's fell in love with a Colombian woman, so they're living there in Cali, Colombia, and having a really good time. And what they do is they talk about their experience in Colombia. So a great channel, really good content, and like I said, they just talk about life in Cali, Colombia. So if you've ever been interested about how life is in Colombia, it's good because it's coming from an American's point of view as well as a Colombian woman's point of view. So it can give you some insight on how life is in Colombia. So I will post a link here so you guys check it out. Check out their channel. And I always like giving them a shout out because I think they're real good people. And hopefully I can get that link in there. Yeah, they're real good people, and they're doing some really good stuff in Colombia. Okay. Let's see here. Did I miss anything? So I'm going to scroll through. If you have a question for me at TEC, if not, then I am going to keep going on. Sam, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. Princeville, yes, Princeville's a nice area in Kauai. I don't know if you're answering a question of someone's question, but yeah, Princeville's nice. The only thing is, I don't know if there are too many hotels that are out there in Princeville. It's more of like a neighborhood, like community. They have a nice golf course out there. Probably be perfect for like Airbnb if you're looking for an Airbnb. Princeville's a really nice area for that, or I would imagine it'd be a nice area for that, just based on the houses and stuff that are out there. Plus, they have that what's that ice cream place called? God, I can't remember the name of it. My sister took me there, and it's pretty good ice cream. Sam, check out ISO Hotel in Kapa'a. Decent and usually under $200 a night. Cool, cool. All right. So you said you allow people to post their referral links in your Facebook page. Yes. So Julio, if you go to the Facebook group and you join the Facebook group, there is a certain section in there where you can put a referral link. Okay, so if you have referral links, so for any of you guys that have referral links, you can post them in there in the Facebook group. And all I ask is that when you sign up for a credit card, you use one of those referral links, and then we can all work it off like that, you know. So we're all using each other's referral links and helping each other out. So that's all I ask. Let's see. David says, I was searching by city instead of categories. That was my problem. I plan on booking a category 1 UR points and giving my honest review of the hotel. I've never stayed at any Hyatts. Yeah, do that, definitely. And like I said, just go, yeah, like you saw it, just go to that category section, and then you can select the different hotels. I'm telling you though, if you're staying in Texas, if you ever go to Texas on business, you should be able to find a Hyatt place somewhere. And I recommend even trying to find one of the Hyatt Regencies. I'd be interested to know, like Hyatt Regencies usually have a restaurant and all that stuff. So I'd be interested to know like what they have there in that category 1 Hyatt Regency. Gage, what's going on? See, what would you value Bonvoy Gold status at? I'm considering Amex Platinum. Okay, I don't stay at Marriott properties, and so I don't really, I can't really give you. I don't know. I can't give you an honest idea of what gold status would be like with Marriott. Maybe someone else in the chat was able to help you with that. I know a little bit about Hilton gold status, and I know if you have an Amex Platinum, you're going to get gold status with them as well. I think Hilton's a little bit better. You get the free breakfast and that and stuff like that. I don't know what Marriott is offering in their program. Okay. You guys are funny. All right, Champ, let's see. Any chance we can get a live award demonstration tonight? We'd love to see your method, haha. Okay, so when you say live award demonstration, what exactly are you asking? Like booking something live, if that's what you're asking? That's not really possible. I can show you clips, but I can't really do the whole booking live because there's important information that I don't want to share with everyone. So couldn't really do that if that's what you're asking. Only thing I mean, there's certain things. Yeah, it would just be too much to kind of go back and forth. Let's see. Okay, so Michael's saying I may check out some Hyatt next year or late this year here in the Republic of Texas. Yeah, there's plenty in Texas, man. If you're in Texas, you're in the right place. Or if you're visiting Texas, you can find some. And it's crazy too, like if you want to hit that 60,000, the 60 nights, I guess Texas is probably the best place for you to do it because the category one's 5,000 points, and now the free nights count towards your stays. I mean, not that you want to use points for all those stays, but I'm just saying you can find a lot of different properties you can stay in. Okay. Julio is saying the Hyatt Regency in Mexico is awesome. Lots of restaurants. I stayed there using my points 6 nights. Cool, man. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I think that was a Hyatt Regency in Mexico, right? That was category one that we went over. So 6 nights, 30,000 points. Can you beat that? I mean, that's crazy. That's a whole vacation free as far as your hotel, and you're doing it with 30,000 points. I mean, that's pretty amazing. Gage, I just started my Chase Trifecta, got the Chase Sapphire Preferred, just hit 60,000 welcome offer. What would you recommend I get next? I have 2 slots left in my 524 currently. Cards are Chase Sapphire Preferred, Amex Gold, and Discover It. So you have 2 cards left. You're probably going to want to stick with Chase to get those last 2 slots, and then you can move on to some other cards. I like the Amex Gold. I think it's a really powerful card. You have the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I would probably look at a hotel or airline branded card, so either the United Explorer card or the World of Hyatt card with Chase. You can also look at the Chase Freedom card, because Chase Freedom or Chase Freedom Unlimited, I would probably look more at the Chase Freedom. And then after that year with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, consider upgrading it to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. And I think that will round you out. If you have a business of any sort, if you're making money outside of it, I know I keep saying this, making money outside of your regular job, and you can apply as a sole proprietor, use your social security number when you fill out the application for the business cards with Chase, then that can be an avenue to discover, because that does not count towards 524. So you have 2 slots open, so you're at 324 right now. You can get all 3 of those cards with the sign-up bonuses, the Chase Ink Business Preferred, the Chase Ink Cash, and the Chase Ink Unlimited. You can get all 3 of those cards and hit 50,000 sign-up bonus for 2 of the cards, and then 80,000 for the Chase Ink Business Preferred, and you haven't moved up a slot. You're still at 324. And then you can jump and get the United Explorer card, or even get the United Explorer Business card if you can qualify for that one, and then get the World of Hyatt card. And now you filled out your slot, but you have what, 4 or 5 more cards. All right. So that's what I would do. Now, if you can't do the business side, then get an airline branded card. I recommend getting the United card only because it works well with Chase, and then the World of Hyatt card if you want to make a commitment to stay with Hyatt. Now, if you don't want to make that commitment to stay with Hyatt, you can look at some of the other cards. But if you do want to make a commitment, and when I say make a commitment, I just mean if you see value in staying at Hyatt properties and you would look for staying at a Hyatt property if possible, then I would go with that World of Hyatt card. All right, where are we here? Oh, wait. I missed some stuff here. Yeah, and I did just reread your question. So the starting your Chase Trifecta. So you do want, like I said, Chase Freedom card, Chase Freedom Unlimited. If you really want to hit that trifecta, those would be the cards to look at. But you could also, I keep pushing this business aspect, you can also do the Chase Ink and the Chase Ink Cash and the Chase Ink Unlimited, and it'll give you a trifecta as well in a similar setup, because the Chase Ink Unlimited is the same card as the Chase Freedom Unlimited, 1.5. And actually, Chase Freedom Unlimited right now, you get to sign up, not sign up, but you get their little promotion where you're getting 3 cents per point for the first year. But then after that, it'll go back to the 1.5 cents per point. So those cards are very similar. Now, you don't get that with the Chase Ink Unlimited. You don't get that promotion. But the cards are relatively similar. Then you get the Chase Freedom card with that. So I personally would try to get as many cards as I can before hitting that 524. And if I can get business cards and not have to move up, not have to take a 524 slot, then I'll do that. Now, what you don't want to do is, let's say you have 2 slots open, you get the Chase Freedom card and you get the Chase Freedom Unlimited. So now you've covered up all the spots, so you're at 524. They are not going to allow you to get a business card at that point. Okay, so if you're under 524, you can get as many, well, not as many, but you can get more business cards, and it's not going to add to your 524. But once you hit 524, you're not going to be able to qualify for a business card. So you want to try to get those first if you want to go that route. Okay, Champ is saying, yeah, live booking, no problem, maybe an award booking demonstration in the future. Yeah, if I'm getting better with the whole live stream thing now, so there is a possibility where I can kind of switch back and forth. The whole thing is I want to be able to know exactly what's on the screen, and so maybe in the future I can do a live book, book something live. But the only problem is I don't want my account number, the membership or the mileage plus number on there, all that kind of stuff. So the best solution for that is to do screenshots, and then come back and then just cover up all the stuff, and then just show you the different clips of, okay, this is the first step, this is the second step, this is the third step, and just kind of walk you through. That's the way that I would probably end up doing it. But yeah, I have no problem doing that. I will be booking my trip to Colombia relatively soon. I haven't done it yet, but I'm flying out in October, so I'm going to need to book that pretty soon. So when I do book that, I'll make sure I do screenshots. That way I can show you guys the steps. Okay. Uh-oh, lost my place here. So, Gage is asking, oh, no, that was the one I already went over. Champ is saying that, and James, okay. So James says, if you don't find any Hyatt hotels in the area, do you book a different hotel or you book through an Airbnb? So, yes, if I don't find a Hyatt, if there are no Hyatts where I want to stay, and this happens in Colombia all the time because there's only one Hyatt that's open right now, that's in Cartagena, and I haven't been back to Cartagena in a while, so I generally will just book an Airbnb somewhere. I like staying in Airbnbs in Colombia anyway, so that's what I'll do. Now, if I'm in another area that I might not be familiar with, there is a possibility that I will go ahead and go with another hotel chain. And you should always have a second hotel anyway. In my case, it's probably going to be Hilton, but if I was in a situation, yeah, I would do that. But yeah, it hasn't been an issue. It really hasn't, because most of the time I kind of pick my destinations based on, do they have Hyatt properties there? That's one of the things that I look for. So Hyatts are at all major cities in the world. I'm talking major cities. So you're going to be able to find a Hyatt pretty much all over. But some of these smaller cities, you might not be able to find a Hyatt property. So that's where you have to kind of work that out. So yeah, it hasn't been an issue yet. But Airbnb is always a second choice. Okay, so David's asking, when do I plan on traveling somewhere that isn't Hawaii or Colombia? So, I don't know. It's going to be probably next summer, because I have the 2 Colombia trips. And for those of you guys that don't know, it's why does he go to Colombia all the time? I'm working out some stuff in Colombia. I'd like to own some property out there, as well as I'd like to do some business out there. So that's why I travel to Colombia a lot. It's a good destination. It's a fun destination for me to travel to, but those are some of the reasons why I pick Colombia over traveling to some other areas. Last year, I traveled to a lot of different places. I only went to Colombia once, but I went to Costa Rica, I went to Aruba, I went to Thailand, and so I went to some different places. This year has been kind of Hawaii, Colombia, and then Colombia again. So it'll be 3 times in Colombia this year, and once in Hawaii, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So David, you're right. Yeah, this year I've been to Hawaii and Colombia, but that's not the norm. And I do like to at least go overseas, go to Asia, or something like that, at least once a year. And I just didn't. It didn't fit in my schedule this year, so we'll do it next year. Okay. All right. So we're gonna move on down. If anybody has any questions specifically for me, just at TEC. We'll kind of round out this here. Let's see. So Champ is asking, so for you personally, the free anniversary night isn't worth the IHG or Marriott's annual fee. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it's not worth the annual fee. I think all of the free nights, for the most part, if you look at a hotel stay paying cash, you're probably going to pay more than $100. So as long as that annual fee on those cards are like $95 or less, or $99 or whatever or less, then you're going to get the value out of it. So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying points, like point earning. So if you use that card religiously and you earn points on that card, then yeah, it's fine. It's a keeper card. You can keep it for a long period of time. But other than that, it might just become a sock drawer card. You don't use it at all. And if you want to transfer points into it, it's really not a good value. So it hurts. Like, it would hurt me to transfer Ultimate Reward points over to IHG because I know I'm losing a lot of value when I do that. For example, Julio just gave that example of how he stayed 6 nights at a Hyatt Regency in Mexico, and it was 5,000 points each night. So he spent 30,000 points for that night, or for that night, 30,000 points for those 6 nights. Well, you can take a same IHG situation and I transfer, let's just look at it this way. Let's say he had Ultimate Reward points. I don't know what his situation is, but let's say he had Ultimate Reward points. He had 30,000 points in his Ultimate Rewards account. He transferred those points over to Hyatt. He booked those 6 nights. He stayed there for 30,000 points. So that same scenario, let's say you want to stay at IHG, and IHG for a similar property is 15,000 points each night. So now he's going to take those points, the same amount of points of 30,000. He's going to transfer it over to IHG. He's going to lose that value, right? He's only going to be able to stay there for 2 nights, and he's still going to spend the same amount of points. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you want to be able to. It would hurt me to take those points out and only be able to stay 2 nights, where if I send those same points over to Hyatt, I can stay 6 nights. So that's what I'm talking about. But getting the car as a car that's a good, a card that you want to put in your sock drawer and get that free annual night every year, that's fine. I don't have any problem with that. Like, that's fine. But getting a card that you're going to want to use to earn points and have a card that's valuable in the sense that when I do transfer points over there from my Chase ecosystem, I can do that and top it off, because you're going to have this happen where you're going to have points, and you're going to have points in your hotel account, and you're going to say, okay, I want to stay at this hotel, but I need an extra 5,000 points or an extra 10,000 points. You're going to need to top off your points, right? So it makes sense if I want to top off my points and I send them over to Hyatt, because that might be equivalent to 5,000 points, might be equivalent to another free night. Whereas if it's IHG and I need to top off and get an extra free night, I might have to send over 15,000 points. So that's all I'm saying. Okay. Okay, so Julio's saying, do you have one of those camera detectors to check for hidden cameras on Airbnb properties? No, I don't. That's the only reason why I wouldn't like to stay in an Airbnb. I've never really given it too much thought. When I book Airbnbs, I always go with like the super hosts, so the people that have an established Airbnb setup. But and I don't really worry. I don't think so. Anybody's gonna want to see me on camera, so that's not a big deal. But I mean, I guess that yes, it could be a concern for people, especially women that are booking a hotel or a Airbnb. I have had concern in Airbnbs before. If you watch one of the videos I did in Colombia last, let's see, I was in Medellin, so those videos are out. They're relatively recent, not recent, but last year. It was actually last year. So if you look at my videos, I have a string of like 3 different videos from Medellin, and that was one of my concerns. Not the cameras, but just the fact that one of the windows wouldn't lock, and you always have that thing in you think in the back of your head. Is there? Do they? Does someone have an extra key and all that? I mean, just all that stuff you think about, right? But any hotel you stay in, you have some of the same concerns. You should, because you have a variety of people have access to your room. The maid on down the maintenance and on down the line. So yeah, but no, I haven't really thought about the whole camera thing. But yeah, no, I haven't really thought about that too much. Or I haven't thought about it at all, actually. Okay. Nate and Jess, do you think you'll ever check out and do a live chat on one of the all-inclusive Hyatt Ziva resorts? I'm not really a big fan of the all-inclusive resorts. If I go with a girl, we go and we travel out there, then maybe I'll do all-inclusive. I'm not really a big fan of. I don't like feeling like I'm confined, and you're not. How can I say this? When we went to Aruba, I went with a buddy, and he was already in Aruba, and he always goes to this all-inclusive place. It happened to be right next to a Hyatt Regency. So I spent a couple of days there, like 3 days there at that all-inclusive with him, and then we went over to the Hyatt Regency for the next 3 days. But when we spent time there, it just seems, it's almost like a cruise ship where everything is there. And the food's there, and I don't really. I want to be able to branch out and just kind of experience the country. And the all-inclusives kind of get you locked in. Where okay, yeah, we got to get back because dinner is going to be served. And I mean, you don't have to. You can go spend money outside. Go to restaurants outside of the all-inclusive. But then it kind of defeats the purpose of going to an all-inclusive. So yeah, I'm not really big on them. But maybe one day in the future I will at least experience them. But yeah, it's not something that I don't really look forward to doing those all inclusives. Plus, I'm gonna be honest, when I go to other countries, I don't like to be around I don't like to be around tourists. Like, I'm a tourist, right? But I like to kind of go and see how the locals live, because you learn so much more by doing that. So I don't like to go to like these all-inclusive hotels, or I want to be away, and that's why Airbnbs. That's why I do like Airbnbs, because you can kind of blend in with the locals there. Okay. So Champ saying thanks for the clarification. Also, let me know when you get your property in Colombia. I would love to book an Airbnb there for support. Oh, cool. Thank you, Champ. Yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on that. And I don't know how soon that will happen. I'm working on some different things out there, and I'm just trying to learn the whole lay of the land when it comes to Colombia. Colombia has a lot of potential, and right now they're doing really well as far as tourism, because they've improved their uh, the country's improved so much, and the word is getting out now, and so there are a lot of people that are going to Colombia now. So I won't say it's up and coming because I think it's already there. I think there are a lot of people that are traveling to Colombia now, but yeah, I just foresee a lot of good future for investment and stuff like that in Colombia. All right. James is saying, could you share your thoughts on the Chase Sapphire Reserve charging $150 annual fee and getting rid of the $300 travel credit? Would that make sense? Would that make this card more effective? I actually had that thought, like, why not do that? Like, drop the annual fee down to 150 and then get rid of the travel credit. I just think that 450 puts it at that elite status. And can they still offer some of the same benefits? Because the reality is their travel credit is easy to use, let's face it. But there are people that probably don't use it. I mean, you might have some people that might not use it. And it would be hard not to use it because we're talking taxis, trains, airfare. I mean, you name it, hotel stays. So most people will use it, but there still are some that don't use it. So they're still making out, they're probably still making a little bit of, I won't say profit, but they're saving a little money on that end as far as the travel credit. I think you want to keep it, this is my concern. You drop it to 150 and then you just have a flood of people jumping in there grabbing that card and they're getting a sign-up bonus. And then at some point they're probably going to say, hey, we got to pull down and lower the sign-up bonus, or we're going to have to make some changes to the card, which I wouldn't want them to do. I think the $450 annual fee scares a lot of people, and that's okay with me because I know I can get the value. But some other people might look at it and say, "Oh, $450 annual fee. I'm not even considering this card." And that's good for people like us who are serious about travel credit cards because we'll get it, but a lot of those other people, they're not gonna touch it. So I would just be concerned with that. Like, I don't want too many people to get the card because then I think it's gonna lower the value of the card itself. And then as far as the people who are interested in the benefits and stuff, I think less of us will get, like, less of us will benefit from the benefits of the card. So I would be a little afraid of that, James. But this is what I think. Make a $150 Chase Sapphire Preferred and keep that Chase Sapphire Reserve there, and then give us some different categories with the Chase Sapphire Preferred. That's the angle that I would like to see. And then allow us to get both Chase Sapphire Preferred and Chase Sapphire Reserve. That's where I would like to see them go. Okay. And let's see, David says, imagine how much money they make just the people who don't use it all. Yeah. And so David's saying that same thing about the whole travel credit. Yeah, there are people that don't use that travel credit. And that's why, like, you have like the Amex Platinum and the Amex Gold, and they have these different travel credits, and they make it a little harder for you to use the travel credits. You have to designate an airline, you have to do certain things. The reason they do that is because they hope that you don't use all of that travel credit. And if you don't use all the travel credit, they're saving money on that end. But they're still promoting it as, hey, we have this travel credit, you're just not using the travel credit. So, yeah, I hope they don't do that. I don't think they will. It doesn't really make sense for them to do it at this point. But increasing an annual limit or annual fee from the Chase Sapphire Preferred makes sense, and then giving them benefits. I think that would be a smarter move by them. Okay, so James is giving us an update on the likes. I like when you guys do this because I can't see the likes on the screen, so I appreciate that. So if you guys are in here, you have not liked the video, we're trying to get to 50 likes, so if you please can hit the like button. We're at 42 right now, so we only need 8 more to hit 50, so please do so if you haven't done so already. It just helps promote the video more, so more people will come in, and then in the replay, YouTube will continue to promote it. So I really appreciate it if you guys can do that. Okay. And then Nate and Jess is saying that same thing. Yeah, $450 helps scare people off. Yeah, and they said the churners. So yeah, that $450 scares people. It does. It scared me. It scared me for the longest. And well, when the Chase Sapphire Reserve came out, that's when I got the card. So when it launched, I got it like I want to say I got it the same month that it launched. I think if it launched in August, I got it in that same time period, and it was 100,000 sign up bonus. That was the main reason that I got it, because of the sign up bonus. But prior to prior to getting that card, I told myself I would never go to that point where I'm paying $450 for an annual fee for a card. I wasn't, I was not gonna do that. Like $95 annual fee, I thought that was too much when I first started. And I was looking at, I want to find a zero annual fee card that gives you great travel. Well, guess what? There aren't any. I mean, for the most part, you can get little perks here and there with a zero annual fee. But yeah, the $95 annual fee card, that's the way you want to go. And I'm just saying back then, that's the way I was thinking. $95 fee, that annual fee, that's where you want to go, and you get it waived for the first year. So I was okay with that. So I didn't have to pay anything out of pocket up front. So that's what got me into getting those cards. But that $450 annual fee card, or those cards, I wasn't even thinking about those. But when that Chase Sapphire Reserve came out, and at that time, I had probably about 8 months of learning how to use travel credit cards, and I already had a few travel credit. I had the Chase Sapphire Preferred already, the Citi Premier, the Citi Advantage card, and I think those were the three cards that I had at the time. So I already had a little bit of knowledge on how to use the cards and earn points and stuff like that. So when that card came out, I was ready. It came out at the right time, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it. And so I got that card, and since then it's like, if I can get the value out of that card, I'll if I can get a value out of a $450 annual fee card, I'll keep the card, or I'll get the card. But a lot of people, yes, they are scared, and I think that's good. I think it's good. You don't want to have too many people with the cards, because I think overall it will be bad. Because if you have a lot of people like us that get these $450 annual fee cards and we use all the benefits, then they're going to have to cut back on some of the benefits. Okay. Okay, so Michael's saying, yeah, the upgrades to the Chase Sapphire Preferred would be good. Okay, I think I skipped a few questions here, or a few things here. All right, so you guys are going back and forth. All right, guys, any other questions for me? If you have any other questions, feel free to put in the chat. And if you have not liked the video, please do so. Hopefully we hit hopefully we hit 50. Hopefully we hit 50. If not, very close. If we hit 49, that's okay, because I'll go in there and like the video. And that'll give us our 50. Okay, so you guys are just going back and forth talking about the different cards. All right, guys. Thank you guys all for stopping by. I appreciate it. Like always, you always come with the questions and the comments and the helping each other out, which I really appreciate. And what we're talking about doing here is just building a community of people who like to travel, who like to use travel credit cards, and who want to help each other out when it comes to that. So I'm just providing the space on the channel for us to discuss travel reward credit cards. And so I appreciate you guys all coming in and helping out and helping us get this done. So we'll be back on tomorrow. So we'll be back on Monday night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will also have another live stream on Tuesday. We'll have Will Schroep on here. He is a travel reward credit card YouTuber, so he has a channel as well, and he will be putting out all of his information when it comes to how he got started with travel reward credit cards, how he got started with his channel, and some of the travel credit cards that he uses on a regular basis. So we'll have some really good information from him on Tuesday. So Tuesday, I believe we said 6:30. Okay, I'll put out tomorrow. I'll have all the numbers. I think we said 6:30, but then we might have moved it to 7. But I'll let you guys know, and I'll post it so you guys will have the thumbnail and all that good stuff. So if you check back to the channel, usually what I do, and I'll tell you kind of my routine, how when I create the thumbnail, usually I'll create a thumbnail, I'll put it out to the WhatsApp group, I'll put it out to the Facebook group, and then I'll have it on the stream area here. And what I'll start doing too is posting, so I can post a link on YouTube, and so I'll start posting it as well. So I think that'll be a good thing. I never really thought about that until right now, but yeah, I can post that as well, so you guys can see the. Hopefully they'll promote a little more when I do it that way. And in the description here, so in the description you're going to have the Facebook group if you want to join the Facebook group. It's a great place to get referral links, to put your referral links in there, to get more information when it comes to travel credit cards and just travel in general. People will post their pictures and stuff, hotel rooms and different things like that, so you can get an idea of how it is to stay in different places. As well as we have a WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group is really strong and really good. We have a lot of people that are bringing information there, and it's like the Facebook group, but it's a little more personal. Okay, so if you want to talk with me directly, and I do a lot of voice chat, voice chat on the WhatsApp group. So if you ask a question, I'll answer it and that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of news that goes out in the WhatsApp group as well. There are other YouTubers that are in the WhatsApp group, like Flashpoint Capital, Will Schroep. So you have other people that are on there too that will add to the conversation as well. So I think that's it. So thank you guys all for stopping by, and we'll be on tomorrow, and we'll have another topic that we discuss, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.